It's super loud in my ear. Is there a way to... Well, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Lexington High School. We are getting ready for a doubleheader today. Kevin Brown and Brandon Hannis, and we're just kind of fixing up our technical work here. Okay, now we're ready to go. And first it'll be the girls today, Brandon, and beautiful day to play a couple.
Oh, definitely, as I said, it's a little bit warmer like it would be beginning of the season, but it's otherwise a nice day to play soccer, a nice breeze out there, so there should be some interesting action.
And because new Lex, a couple of injuries coming into this one, those are the folks they're going to play with today.
Well, definitely tough when you don't have many subs on a pitch like this and on the turf, but their team has been fighting all season, and Coshocton's kind of a team too. There's a ton of subs over there, so pretty much probably who you see on the field is who you're going to see today.
We're waiting to get things started. We're going to have 3 officials today. Now we're ready to go. 40 minutes on the clock. Coshocton controls first there in the white jerseys, black shorts, black trim. New Lex in the black with orange trim. By the way, looking to attack is Zoe Tumbling for Coshocton. I'll move it back to get some control and a foul, so a direct kick coming up for Coshocton.
Like we kind of said last week with the boys game, the first few minutes we kind of just feeling each other out there, trying to find their spacing, that sort of stuff, Probably the toughest thing on a Saturday is you're getting started mid-afternoon, during the week you're in school, your kids are, as kids you're kind of ready to roll. On a Saturday you might sit around most of the morning and not sure what's going to happen.
I might have a handball there, no call. The kick toward the goal and saved nicely by Alyssa Spears.
Yeah, usually when a player stops like that, they usually call it. But.
Yeah, I know, and everybody did, but that's an opportunity if you find yourself with the ball, especially right in front of the net, but not able to take advantage as Spears was right there for the save. And some fight in the midfield. Jasmine Oliver there, number 12 for New Lex. Trying to get it back to the midfield now. And New Lex controls, try to get it, but stolen away. A kick down, good defensive position. That was Amelia Binkley, number 23, able to clear the middle. A throw in coming up for Coshocton. Got it into Zoe Tumbling again. She's positioned right in front. Goes to the goal, but saved again by Spears.
Yeah.
So a couple of saves right away.
Yeah, Zoe Tumbling's kind of been that main force for Coshocton just from the results we've got in the paper all year. So she's clearly going to be the girl that's going to get a lot of touches around the net there for the Redskins.
Mackenzie McCoy, who is going to be the primary attacker here on the right side, number 4 for New Lex. Had it for just a moment. And it will be a New Lex throw in. Referee said nope. I always like it when people go up and grab it, though.
Grab it and go fast. That's what our coaches always told us. That sometimes you can steal one because if the ref's not real sure, he'll give you guys a chance.
Here's an opportunity, but out to grab it, Maddie McDonald. The keeper for Coshocton. She's in the aqua. Spears in the goal for New Lex in the neon green. So you can see right away that Tumbling is a good possession player. Kicked out of there by Binkley for New Lex. Just going back and forth in the midfield, trying to get an attack going. But again, Binkley able to stop Coshocton's progress. That's Jersey Stipes. What a great first name, Jersey, in sports.
Yeah, I was gonna say they got a lot of young freshman talent on this Coshocton team that they have a lot of high expectations for. So, this year's kind of been a learning experience for them, and they've been pretty competitive. So,
Trying to turn it is Rochelle Kimball, and we're going to get a foul and a direct kick.
yeah, we'll see how New Lex defends.
Maybe a wall. Jasmine Oliver will probably have to reposition here, I think.
Yeah, I would think so. I'm trying to see what they're doing here.
On the direct kick, it will be Ava Hall, goes right at the net. Boy, big leg goes over the crossbar.
Yeah, she hammered that one pretty good. That one, you always, your coach always tells you to try, like, you want to put one on net, make the defense do something, and see if you can get a rebound in a situation like that. And she probably cleared the crossbar by 10 feet.
So a goal kick out, not able to clear it. Chasing is Addie Blosser, will turn it, but be a throw-in for Coshocton. Back into the middle, again cleared out, a foot on it, so it will go back to New Lex this time. And it's getting a foot, Mia Lavre. Keep in mind as you're watching this that the black stripe outside of the football field is in play. Throwing it in was McCoy, finding Oliver. Long pass ahead. I think they were hoping to get tumbling in on that one, Brandon, but just a little bit too tall.
Yeah, and then looked like Spears may have. She's right there at the edge of the line there. The Coshocton girl wanted to see a hands call there outside the box, but the ref said no.
Coming all the way out is McDonald to grab an opportunity there for the Panthers. What a big leg, by the way, for Spears. Boy,
she blasted that one.
She went over everybody's head. It's like a punt returner in football not expecting and going over his head.
Yeah, but then when it hits that turf, it just makes such a big bounce that it's it really does kind of, if you're not out in front of it, and it's hard to do that in soccer because you'll be offsides, it can it'd be just tough to deal with. So
here's an opportunity for the Panthers, a throw in close. It'll be Mackenzie McCoy to throw it in. Kimball had it, but taken away from her. She gets it right back. And then a long kick up ahead, clearing it back. Another opportunity. But New Lex, I don't think was anticipating it.
No, and I think the one girl that had the thought about it, she was right there at the edge of offside, so she played it safe and let up. So, but yeah, it's kind of tough when you're not anticipating that, and then you kind of see where you're at, and you're like, better not. So
back and forth it goes at midfield. Chasing it down is Sophia Skelton, one of the captains for Coshocton, but can't control it. So New Lexington, another good opportunity. It'll be Boulier to throw it in. And taken away in the middle. But there's the New Lex midfielders to grab it back. Chasing is Kimball.
No, she was looking for McCoy, but McCoy was right there at the offside. So, but they get a throw-in out of it.
And it will be, no, they're going to let Boulier throw it in. She'll go for Oliver. Oliver able to control it, sends it in front, but no one there to collect it. McDonald grabs it. Throw ahead to Lavre. Boulier had it for a moment. Now Kimball, McCoy chasing. And now a little too much, trying to get it back to McCoy.
I mean, they're definitely looking for the play the long ball there for the New West offense, but that could be a tough way to consistently get pressure on the net.
McCoy heads it ahead to herself. The keeper way out. And I think we're going to have a corner kick. We will.
Yeah, I think she was trying to hit that to the middle and kind of popped it straight in the air, but the Coshocton defender misplayed it, tried to settle it, and it rolled out of bounds. So see if New West can take advantage of this corner kick.
Jasmine Oliver will kick it from the corner. This has to be touching that line somewhere in the corner. She'll use the right foot. Sends it into the middle, and a good chance. Little set piece. McCoy got it, had an opportunity, just went a little bit high.
Yeah, got underneath it just a tick. I mean, that's the right idea. You probably want to go high in a spot like that with so many people in front of the net, but it's such a fine touch to make it actually work.
So goal kick all the way to the midfield. Boulier sends it to Kimball. Kimball still battling. Ahead to McCoy. She'll go to the middle. Trying to get it to Kimball, but it'll be knocked ahead. Battling there, it was Barkas for New Lex. A kick to the keeper. And apparently it came off the foot of one of the Coshocton players. She was able to pick it up and kick it.
Yeah, I couldn't really tell, but as I say, she grabbed it. That could have been an inadvertent kind of tip anyway. So.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So if it was off her own player, but in a spot like that, they always try to get it out of the middle.
Yeah, no, that's right.
But unfortunately, you can't always control where it goes. So
this one skips ahead. Jersey Stipes on the touch line, far side of the pitch, and a roll in softly. Spears, you can see her foot again. I just like watching her kick it. She can boom it. This one takes a good bounce for New Lex. And fighting in there, there's Boulier for the Panthers. Can't control it, it'll come head. Binkley sends it back, but now we'll get a shot on goal ahead of Jersey Stipes, who was trying to chase it down.
Yeah, I mean, Coshocton's been able to put some pressure here in the last few minutes on New Lex, but like you said, with Spears being able to get that ball past midfield every time she touches it, that definitely helps New Lex kind of reset its defense.
McCoy had it taken away by Gabby Westney. Tumbling on the attack in front. Still in front. And that should be a goal kick, I believe. It is.
Yeah, looked like Brianna Iman was trying to get it out there and accidentally hit it back to the middle, but Stipes wasn't ready for it, and it just bounced off her leg and went out of bounds. So New Lex dodges a shot the chance there.
New player in. As soon as she turns her shoulder a little bit, we'll tell you who it is. That's a universal in soccer. When players run on, they're always shoulder first to you.
It looks like it's number 12.
I think that's right. That would be Nias Crummels. Maybe a handball in the middle, no call. Long kick ahead and wide left. But note that kick because that was pretty powerful.
Yeah, Ava Hall definitely has a big foot, and she's not afraid to shoot it there from about the 25-yard line out. So, if she puts one on net and Spears isn't ready, that one will get in there.
Yeah, she put a good leg on that one, but it will result in a goal kick. It'll be Oliver to kick it away. Sends it to the near side. Boulier with it, gets it to McCoy. McCoy to the middle. Kimball. Battle, a good battle there, taken away by Ava Hall. There's that leg we were talking about. I think she just has it in fifth gear whenever she gets it. So I would be heads up.
Oh, yeah. Well, and the thing, too, when you got a big foot like that on turf, that ball can bounce pretty good. So if you got the right spin on that thing, you got some top spin on that, that thing can bounce over the top of the goalie's head
Well,
for
that's
goal
it.
if they're out of position or they're kind of flat-footed.
We've seen that a bunch of time all the way up to the Premier League where you get a bounce that just kind of that odd one as the goalie comes out.
Yeah, I played soccer a long time. I've seen some of those fluky things go in, and you're sitting there like, how'd that bounce like that? But whether it's grass or turf, if it has the right spin, it will do it.
I think that's what Ava Hall has in her mind's eye as she's been kicking it, because she's been given a pretty good ride. Boulier to throw it in for the Panthers. Looking for Oliver, but it'll be taken away by Hall. And here's McCoy with it now, with an opportunity. Good maneuver. Another one. Still on it. And on the defense, getting it out of there was Sophia Skelton.
But they called Coshocton for something behind the play here, so not sure if it was a push or what exactly happened, because I didn't think it was around McCoy. She was near the sideline when they blew that whistle, so must have been something else going on behind her.
Big kick out in front. Wow, that's almost that bounce you were talking about.
Look, that's what she was trying to do, but the Coshocton goalie came out, was aggressive to try to grab it before it could bounce, and she keeps it low and kicks it back out.
McDonald, a good job so far in net for Coshocton. Spears has played well at the other end as well. The unsung heroes of this are the ball boys, ball girls around the field, because they do a lot of just flat-out sprinting, trying to get the ball in position. So hats off to them.
Yep, and it always seems like the ball goes back in the same spot.
Yeah.
He just went under there, got a new one, and he's running right back down the sidelines.
Here he goes again. Into the lineup for Coshocton is Neela Wiredu. She's number 14 out there. And she just tried to clear it to Ava Hall. Hall went down awkwardly, gets up a little gingerly on that right foot. She looks to be okay as she walks it off. Stipes turns it and will try to do a little give and go, but it'll get past her and should be a goal kick.
Yeah, I think Coshocton got a little excited there. They finally saw an opening, and the girl just put a little too much on it there for Jersey to catch up to.
So even though Spears likes to punt it away, Barry Harvey, the head coach for New Lexington, assigns the goal kick to Jasmine Oliver. Two different kinds of kicks. And she tries to bend it heading out toward Kimball, but stolen away. Here's Mia Lauvre to midfield. And they're just trying to keep it away from Tumblin, number 7. She's a good offensive presence for Coshocton.
Yeah, I mean, the defense has done a really good job marking up and not really letting Coshocton get a ton of space in the box. And so, looks, probably hasn't frustrated the Coshocton players yet, but that could be something that will wear on you, especially as the game goes on.
McCoy tries to get it ahead. Another long kick. She was not paying attention. It goes in. I don't know if she was trying to adjust her defense, but that's what we were talking about. Ava Hall is going to kick it, at least so far every time, and she gets the goal.
Yeah, I don't know if she wasn't ready for them to hit a set piece or what exactly it was, but when that ball got up on her, she was not looking at it.
Yes, Spears has done a great job in this game, but that time her attention was elsewhere, and it barely got in at that.
Yeah, I mean, she almost was able to stop it, but
just kind of an interesting play. But Ava Hall put everybody on notice. Stipes along the far touchline. Kicks it in. I think we had offsides. We did.
Yeah, she was about a foot or so off sides. Not much, but just enough.
I think that was Haley Gates beating the defense.
But yeah, when you look at that shot and goal there by Hall, I mean, that's the one thing with set pieces is, it's not like basketball where there's a whistle before you shoot a foul shot, something like that. In soccer, as soon as you're set, the clock's moving, so you get to go. And if you're not on your toes.
And they've stopped the clock for a moment. 22 minutes to go in this first half. Is there something? The official is.
Oh, maybe
the Coshocton boys are waiting to play down there, and they're getting a rules lecture.
They're in the shadow of the scoreboard to stay cool, but maybe that's what was happening.
It'd just be interesting to hear that conversation.
Oh,
well, they're going to get up and move. Maybe he thought that was confusing for the players to see those jerseys down there. Or, maybe he just didn't like their presence. Whatever it is, they've been down there for 18 minutes. So
yeah, so clearly something was either he heard something or someone asked them to get them moved. So, yeah, because you figure if that would have been a problem, that would have been something dealt before the game started.
Yeah. So they are moving over to a tent on their sidelines. Back into the Coshocton lineup is Courtney Snyder. She replaces Mia Lauvre. And another whistle, and it'll be a direct kick, I believe. Or no, throw-in.
So, yeah, I mean, a bright sunny day like that, obviously there's not a lot of places to get shade around a football stadium, and that's where the Coshocton kids were at. We're in the shade of the scoreboard. I mean, they're still probably about 20 yards off the field, but it's easy to sit there and yell and definitely catch someone's attention.
Nice move by Zoe Tumblin. She'll go to the ground, no call, and a save by Spears.
Well, Addie Blosser did a good job of cutting her off and getting that touch on the ball to kind of keep her from it. I think if she would have just ran over her, that probably would have been a PK. But if you're able to get that ball first, they'll usually let the incidental contact kind of follow unless it's blatant that you outstretched your arms and pushed them.
That ball goes outside the fence here at field level. Or is that pitch level? Gotta always watch.
In America, we'll go field level.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. One of my early broadcasts in soccer was with the now coach of Grandview Heights in the Columbus area, and he's from Liverpool, England. So I got corrected so many times, I'm a little gun-shy still. I still hear that English, and Liverpool has a it's where the Beatles are from, so it has that Liverpudlian accent that
yeah, it's like
I still hear it in my ear, for sure. And there, did it get out to the left of the net? It did. It'll be a throw-in.
Yeah, I don't have a good enough English accent to try to repeat it, but I can imagine what it sounds like.
Yeah. And it just made me feel extra dumb because we just associate English accents with being really smart. And it was a challenging day. I'm glad he had a good sense of humor.
All right. So
water break.
We're
just under halfway, so the team's taking a water break. Good call. I'm sure that was planned at about the halfway point. 1-0. Coshocton on I think it's fair to say it was kind of a strange goal off a set piece, a long kick, and I don't think New Lex was anticipating it at that moment, kind of snuck in.
Yep. Yeah, the keeper was distracted by something, and obviously that it was able to bounce past there. I mean, like you said, it didn't get in by much, but it was a right bounce. But yeah, I mean, this turf today, I don't know, it's quite 90. It's definitely upper 80s, but it's probably that turf has to probably be around 100 degrees with the sun beating out all day. I mean, there hasn't been a cloud in the sky in Ohio for 2 weeks now.
Something like that. Yeah. Well, we had some rain a week ago, right?
All right, so at least a week.
Yeah, but it lasted for about 2 hours, and that was it.
Yeah. But I mean, it has felt like there hasn't been a lot of cloud coverage, and so
No.
when you know, especially when middle of the afternoon on a day like today, that turf just adds to it. So being able to take a water break, especially for New Lex who doesn't have any subs, this is a good chance for them to get rehydrated and get a couple minutes to kind of replenish. So,
Well, I hope the ball boys got some water during that. Those guys are working.
Yeah, no kidding. There's only 2 of them out there. They got a lot of field to cover. So, but I mean, that's the importance of having athletic trainers there, is that they can give the officials a heads up on days like this to watch the heat, make sure that they get a few minute break to just get some water and that sort of stuff. So see how this replenishes the teams with about 20 minutes left in the first half.
And it will be a throw and good opportunity here for New Lex. Jasmine Oliver will throw it in very near the flag on the left side. And she'll go to Boulier, who controls it. Goes back to the corner, and it will go across the goal line and be a goal kick for Coshocton.
Yeah, Beulah didn't quite get that touch on it that she wanted to get it back out to Oliver, and that allowed the Coshocton girl to actually kick it off Oliver and get to the goal kick. So an opportunity for New Lex that kind of goes to the side.
And it will, there we go. Ahead it goes. And what a good touch on the ball that Tumblin has, although taken away from her. Well, you just have to know wherever she is. The 2 you got to pay attention to, Tumblin and Hall, at least so far in this one.
Yep.
Wiredu, ahead it goes to Tumblin. Long kick ahead, and this one will go over the goal line.
I think she kind of took an idea from Hall there, though, was a quick turn and just kind of put it towards the net. It's a little bit to the left there, but I think if that was on net, that could have had one of those funky bounces that could have went in.
Yeah, that's, again, you just got to be heads up today. Goal kick this time was taken by Spears. Wiredu able to move it ahead. And we're going to get, I think, a direct kick coming up here for Coshocton. Quickly done, and guess what Hall does? goes to the net.
That was about from the 35. So, I mean, she got it all the way there, so she can definitely clear it out.
And a long kick ahead. New Lex just really, in the last probably 15 minutes, just hasn't had a chance to move it toward the goal, at least in any kind of meaningful way. They had some chances early. And Coshocton just keeps sending it down the pitch. This one, again, will result in a goal kick.
Yeah, Coshocton's kind of been playing long ball themselves here. I don't know if that's necessarily their game, but kind of surprised that they're not trying to take advantage of some of the space that's in the middle of the field there to get a little bit closer to the box.
And it will be Spears to kick it away. And in the middle, chance for Tumblin. But there is Spears. She's not afraid. Comes right out and grabs it. Have some good help in the middle by Amelia Binkley as well. Big kick ahead. Going down is Hall as she tried to move it forward. Wiredu. And Binkley will knock it out of there. Backline's done a good job for Panthers today. Josie Bowen in midfield there trying to move it ahead.
And Hall with another big kick to the box there. So
I think that's her radar today.
Yeah, so if she had just a tick more touch on it, she might be able to get tumbling inside the box on onside.
Another opportunity here. Oliver chasing, but there is Maddie McDonald to grab it.
Yep, a smart play there by McDonald to come out and grab the loose ball and just kind of corral it. Set up the Coshocton offense.
Bowen tries to head it out. Now, Binkley, the big kick ahead, kind of floats, takes a weird bounce. Chasing it down is Addison Scott. Moves it to the middle. She's challenged. Working against her was Mia Lavre, who's back in there. To midfield. Bowen, taken from her by Ava Hall. She was trying to feed. Boy, that was dangerous. She had Tumblin onside and on her way to the goal, but a good kick out of there by the Panthers. The back line, Gabby Wesney will go wide. Throw in for New Lex. Coming down to the 15-minute mark in this first half. Now, keep in mind, we'll have another half, of course, for this one, but we'll have the boys' game coming up after this against the Coshocton boys, who are now huddled under a tent across the way. Here's Tumblin.
That's the only problem with the doubleheader when you're playing the second game.
Yeah, they're going to be worn out.
Cool. Oh, number 4.
Kick ahead, rebound, goes in.
Spears was able to stop the first one, but went right to number 21, Courtney Snyder.
Yep.
Knocked in the rebound.
It was, I think, Gabby Wesney had the first opportunity. Spears couldn't quite hold on to the shot, and Snyder was there to clean things up for the goal. Now 2-0 lead.
So, yeah, that's one of those, like we always say, you put the ball towards the net, good things can happen. And it was one where, just was quite out of the reach there of Spears. And Snyder was in the perfect place for the perfect time and knocked it in. Nice, easy touch into the goal for a 2-0 lead.
I think there was another handball. Doesn't seem to be on anybody's radar today.
Unless it's usually blatant, they won't call it.
Here's a good opportunity. McCoy trying to beat the keeper. Bobbles it a little. Wondered if she might try to hold on to that a little bit longer, but she thought it was a good opportunity.
No, she finally had some space, and I think it was a good strike. Trying to see if she could catch their keeper just a little bit off guard.
Yep.
And just quite couldn't get it past her.
Snyder, who just scored the goal, boxed that one out, so she'll throw it in. Kick right back out of there by Bowen. Snyder throw it up a little further up the pitch. And
Must be a high kick maybe.
Yeah.
The ref was kind of making a kicking motion to the one New Lex player, so maybe her foot got a little high up on almost like a dangerous play is what they'll call it sometimes.
Snyder with the direct kick coming up. All the way to the goal, and there's Spears to grab it. She'll come all the way out, punt it away. Boy, what a big leg.
She's consistently hitting it near the 40 almost every time she boots it.
I don't know who's punting for the Panthers on Friday night, but wow. I might give her a look. And she doesn't even look like she's trying that hard. She's just smooth with it.
Yeah, in today's game, it's so much more common to see the keepers throw it out because they have more control over it. But I think for New Lex, with their kind of setup, they're looking for a lot of long balls and hope that their offense can get there.
Yeah. Well, especially with Coshocton's back line playing up a little bit.
Yep.
I don't think they're anticipating that kick out of there.
So, and it can be tough to control as high up as that's coming. That's going to take a big bounce if you don't stop it the first time. So
Oliver across the sideline, Snyder to throw it in. Snyder listed as a midfielder, but also plays some in the goal for Coshocton.
So it looks like that was Hall coming back in there for Ari Snyder. But Yeah, Courtney has been their keeper the last couple of years. Like I said, they got a freshman in there with McDonald, so probably one of those things where bigger games, they probably put Courtney back there with her experience, but you also want to get the freshman ready for her to take over that job. And you can see that Snyder can actually, knocking in that goal too, so she gives you some versatility that you need on a soccer pitch.
Absolutely. And
Must be out of bounds again.
let's see.
Saw the ref raise his flag.
Yep. Yeah, we'll throw it in.
Well, that's the bonus about having. Ooh, that's a big hit there.
And are we going to get a call? Nope.
Nope. Well, maybe. Yep. Now the main official is pointing down there. So, Ava Hall took down Mackenzie McCoy. That was a pretty big hit there on the sideline.
That was close to getting a card right there.
Yeah, that was a very wild-looking play there. I don't think Hall was under control by any stretch of imagination.
Oliver kicks it ahead. There's Hall to knock it out, but Oliver chases and gets it back, and then she goes to the ground again.
And I think that's going to be a card since he stopped the clock there. So it looks like he's going to give a card to. Or is he not going? Well, he reached into his pocket.
He's still reaching. Let's see if a card comes out of there. And
maybe.
No.
No. Well,
now that also begs a question: if
now it does. Now he gets the card out. Must have had it stuck in his sleeve. But
yeah. So Wesney comes out. Nothing malicious. It didn't look, but she was competing hard and got in a bad spot. So she'll come out. You have to come out when you're carded, which begs the question: if New Lex gets carded without any subs, you play without a person?
I think you play down a person until the next dead ball that you have possession of, then they come back in. I'm not sure if there's a time limit on that. If you got to be out for a minute or anything like that, but I think my guess would be they would have to at least go sit. Maybe you got to wait one possession, then you get to come back in the next whistle. But
so McCoy will kick it. Coshocton builds a wall 10 yards away. The kick goes left side. Chance. Still loose. And it'll go across the goal line. Let's see. It should be a corner kick for the Panthers on the far side.
It looked like Josie Bowen was trying to get a shot there. Her teammate just happened to be right next to her, and I think it kind of went off her teammate and then off the keeper and out of bounds there because the Coshocton keeper was trying to corral it and didn't quite get a good grasp on it. But another chance here for New Lex to try to get on the board and cut that lead in half.
The kick will come almost, looked like it got up, but not a handball called. Sprinting ahead with it is Wiredu. Here's Stipes. Ahead it goes, who's tumbling, who's back in there, and she will kick it in with the left foot.
So that counter can happen quick there, and Stipes finally, Tumblin was onside there. Stipes made a perfect pass to her, and Tumblin did what she's done a lot this season, finished with another goal.
Yeah, she just had complete control once she got it and was patient. Gave herself the advantage, and really nothing that Spears could do. Unless you just guess right and put an arm out and get it in the way, but so hard to make a stop there.
Yeah, that's one of those things where you're trying to play an angle and hope that they hit it wide or hit it right at you. But Tumblin, I think, is good enough to find that opening, and she did.
Wiredu, McCoy got it back, but now it moves the other way. Here's Tumblin again. She's going to look for Stipes.
Had to return the favor here.
And good defense by Addie Blosser to knock it out of there.
Yep, New Lex did a good job there, kind of compact in the middle where that passing lane was gone. And so Tumblin was kind of forced to dribble out. And when you got two on you, it's easy to kind of get that ball out of bounds. So New Lex played a really good defense on that one there. So, but that's just how quick it can go in soccer. New Lex had a chance there. Addison Scott. Shot got deflected off a Coshocton defender, and 10 seconds later, it's in the back of the Coshocton net.
Blosser kicks it ahead. McCoy settles it. Looks, and will get it. Trying to get it back to her, but the side of the foot for Oliver. But here's McCoy battling. She's got an advantage. She's got Oliver to her left, and it will go to McDonald. The freshman makes the save.
Hard to get that pass off with two defenders right in your hip pocket.
Yeah, she had her, but again, as Brandon said, just so hard. They cut the angle down so she couldn't get it out of there.
Yep, I mean, that's one that maybe you try to pass a step or two earlier, but McCoy with the right idea, she was trying to be aggressive, just couldn't quite get it to her teammate in a good spot.
Here's Ava Hall, and this time Spears sees it all the way. She'll come out to the edge of the box to boot it, and boot it she does.
She'd be averaging about a 35-yard, punt per game, and that's pretty good in high school.
Yeah, not bad at all.
Yeah. Obviously, it's a little different when you got people coming at you in football.
That would make it, and the ball's a little different shape,
yeah.
but yeah,
certainly
has the leg strength.
So, all right, looks like it must be a penalty on New Lex there. Not sure exactly what happened, but they're going to give it to their big foot. See what Ava Hall could do for Coshocton.
I'm going to tell you, I think it's going to get all the way to the goal. And got a player there, but
hey, that was the idea she was trying to get to, but I think that ball had a little too much topspin on it and bounced to the keeper. If it had a little bit more backspin, it might have been a chance for Stipes.
Spears is a cool customer because she waited to the last moment.
So then Jasmine Oliver was trying to get the ball down there, but couldn't quite control the bounce.
And back it comes, Stipes. She and Tumblin have been a good duo in the attack.
They're both freshmen, so you can tell why there's some excitement around Coshocton with those two players.
Binkley trying to get it out. Stipes can't connect with the left foot. Here's Snyder, and they'll let it get all the way to Spears, who'll boot it out.
Yeah, that was one of those plays where I think Snyder had more time than she thought she had, and if she didn't really put a good touch on it, so another kick out there for Spears.
They get several good bounces that you can try to take possession. Tumbling again with the left foot. Spears drops to a knee and collects it.
Yeah, it feels like Coshocton is starting to definitely get their offense going here. So they've put a lot of pressure on Spears in the last about 10 minutes.
Wiredu kick ahead. Spears will come out. I mean, her legs got to be tired, although it doesn't look like that.
It's still
at all.
Smooth and everything. I mean,
and able to turn it, but it will be a little too strong. One of my sons was a punter in college, and he did not have the form that Spears does. Sorry, Casey, if you're listening, but he would just muscle it out. She's very smooth.
My buddies and I would always go down to the practice field at the junior high in Millersburg, and we'd see how far we could punt it and do some field goal kicking. But none of us ever kind of reached to that point of being one of the kickers on the football team.
Yeah.
It was just kind of one of those fun things you did when you're like 10, 11, 12 to see how far you could boot it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you got to try.
Well,
McCoy thought she might have an opportunity, but taken away.
Yeah, that ball bounced about 3 or 4 times there, and I think McCoy was waiting for it to kind of come down a little bit.
Hall able to save it. Bowen now with it. And there's Snyder on the boot. That will result in a goal kick, yes. Kind of spun sideways across.
Yeah, I was going to say those are the kind of chances where you'd like to see the player control it and dribble it a little bit, and maybe for Snyder, she was trying to think ahead and just hit a shot or hit a pass to the left side there. But
Snyder will come out. Nias Crummels in. And back in is Gabby Wesney, Had the card earlier. Here's Hall trying to line it up. Gives herself some space, and this will go wide left.
The guy down there behind the goal that's chasing all those loose balls, I mean, he'll probably put in about 5 miles a day.
I'm telling you.
By the time these 2 games end, someone's going to need to get him a nice burger up there at Trotter's or something.
Yeah. Now I'm hungry. Thank you. Yeah. I think Ava Hall needs to at least buy him a bottle of water.
Bottle of water and a Snickers bar, right?
Exactly. Crummels battling with Addie Blosser. Blosser able to steal it away, turn it. Can't get it out, though. Not cleared, and there's a goal. What a good left foot for Zoe Tumblin, and she tucks it in to the left side of the goal. Coshocton up now 4-0.
Yep, short side there. I mean, that was a quick strike, and you can see the power behind her left foot there. So, I mean, that's that kind of stuff. Like I said, New Lex isn't. It has like one sub available a day or no subs there. So you wonder,
I don't think any.
if fatigue starts to set in, and this time, about 3 minutes left in the half. I mean, you've been out there for 45 minutes, even with that water break. So
it's Bowen that is sitting down. I don't know if it's a cramp or she might have twisted her leg.
On a day like today, it could be. Looks like. Probably just a cramp there in the calf. Hot days like today, no matter, hydration is what really comes in. But when you're out there playing for 40 minutes, even with a couple-minute water break, it can be hard to, fully be hydrated, and got to do a lot of stretching during your breaks.
So Bowen will come off at least for the moment, and
I think that puts
New Lex will play down.
Yeah.
As we see, as we're counting, they've got 10 out there with the keeper.
Yep, so they're going to play a man down. Now, I think, Bowen could probably just come in if she's ready before into the half, but they might try to see if they can play through without her for the last 2.5 minutes.
Boulier kicked it out, but it's taken away. Good hustle play by Ari Snyder. McCoy releases on the throw in. Did she not keep a foot on the ground there?
Must not have been. So
yep.
Looks like they get a rethrow there.
Can't raise a foot. Here's Tumblin again. And taking off her foot. And then Spears will dive ahead.
Just trying to get that first half hat trick.
Addie Blosser able to take it away and get it back to the keeper. All the way out, Oliver chases for the Panthers, but kicked the other way, and it will spin and across the touchline. Minute 50 and counting here in the first half. Coshocton up 4-0. And it'll be a throw-in for New Lex. And this one will go the other way as Oliver couldn't control it. Quick throw, Stipes turns it and able to get it out of there. But stepping up is Wesney all the way across the pitch. Still trying to get it to herself, but can't save it. So New Lex will throw it in as we approach the 1 minute mark here. Kevin Rao, Brandon Hannes with you.
She went a long way on that one, so they didn't give her a lot of passing opportunities.
Here's Tumblin again with the tough angle, and Spears a good job to stay near the post.
Yeah, it didn't look like that was almost the impossible angle they'll call that there, but I think Stipes was about the only player that might have been in the middle.
Kind of a line drive. McCoy with the keeper all the way out. And Hall will kick it out. Chance here with 30 seconds remaining in the half. But able to turn it and move it out. Here's Crummels. to Wiredu in the middle of the field. And turning it was Underwood. Got to keep an eye. Tumbling in the middle of the pitch. This one will go out, and time will run out in the first half. We'll take a quick timeout. Be back with second half action. Coshocton leads it here at New Lex 4-0. Here at New Lexington High School. I'm Kevin Rao, alongside, as always, Brandon Hannes. You can read whatever he writes in the Zanesville Times Recorder and probably featured throughout the system.
Yep, I have my hands on a little bit of everything. So this time of year is trying to find some good features before the tournament starts in about a month. It's hard to believe we're halfway through September and fall sports is about halfway through. So, but
had some big action last night in the football world. The New Lex Panthers went up to the west side of Zanesville and got a big win over the Tornadoes last night.
Yeah, I mean, I know no one wants to say like that. That's probably for the division title, but just seeing the talent on those two sides and what those two programs have been in recent years, it's not a stretch to say that gives the winner the inside track for the division title for sure. So now I think a team like Meadowbrook definitely has some pieces that will have some say into that, and we'll see. But that was a big win for New Lex to go up there and get that last night.
Sure was an exciting game. So New Lex had the first touch here in the second half, but a battle at midfield for possession.
And I believe they said it's going to be a 30-minute second half just due to New Lex's lack of numbers here. I think they're still a girl down. I don't know if I don't see Bowen back out there, and if she's out for the day, they would be at 10 right now, and understandable at that point.
Yep, that's what I see. She just sat down. Didn't look to be a big injury, but no reason to risk it.
She's a heck of a hurdler, and so I think she has really thrived there. And on a day like today, you don't want to risk any further injury, even if it is something minor, at this point in stage of the game.
4-0, Coshocton on top, and there you see number 7 for Coshocton. She has a couple of those goals.
Yep.
Quite the attacker, tumbling.
Looks like Stipes there in the middle. Makes a
Yep,
nice dribble.
she's dangerous, but a good save for Spears. Stipes has been active today for sure on that right side.
Yeah, starting to wonder if fatigue was sitting there a little bit for the New Lex defense. Looks like it was a little tough on that one. And the Stipes is one of those girls. Looks like she has lots of energy out there, especially as a freshman, looking to make some plays.
Oliver trying to get it over to Addison Scott, taking off her foot. And going down is Olivia Boulier. Had kind of an awkward kick at it.
It was kind of one of those where they almost kicked the simultaneous kick, but she kind of landed real awkwardly.
Yeah.
And she's grabbing her.
Looked like her right
leg.
knee.
Yeah. So New Lex trainer's back out. Now that's
going to put them 2 down.
That would be a really tough spot for the Panthers if they lose her, because she looks like she's in some pain there. So, and we've only played 2 minutes into the second half, so it hasn't been very, very much. So now it's possible that Coshocton could also go down to, play 10 on 9 maybe to, even it out a little bit.
So let's see what, and they're going to get some water on the Coshocton side.
She's limping, so
and I think she's got to come out once they send the medical folks out.
Yep.
To at least be assessed.
But again, it'll be interesting to kind of see what they do here, because she's walking pretty gingerly. That doesn't look like something that she'll be right back in from.
Let's see what the numbers are now. That would leave New Lex with 9. And that's indeed how many are on the pitch now for the Panthers.
Now, counting Coshocton, it looks like they're at 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 themselves. So maybe Coshocton has gone to 9 on 9. That's if my counting's correct here.
No, I
4,
think
5, 6, 7,
there's a
8,
player
9.
at the 30.
Okay, so they're at 10. Maybe they're at 10. Maybe it's 10 on 9.
Yeah, I think they've got all 11 out there.
3.
You got 4 up, 3 in the middle, 2 back. No, it is 10. Looks like it might be 10. So 10 on 9.
That would be fair sportsmanship there at that point to keep the game going. So, but Coshocton turned away that opportunity, but here comes Stipes again.
Trying to get it to Snyder. Snyder will run across and grab it. Stipes able to pull it in. Kick coming from Underwood, but Spears there to grab it. And again, we just like seeing her booted out of there. Another big one.
She's kicking it just as far the other direction.
She is. Wind is not playing a part today.
No, there is.
Oliver, ahead it goes, but right to Skelton. And Skelton will clear it. Throw in coming up for the Panthers. So trying to turn it. Here comes Coshocton. Tumbling in the middle to Stites, but a little bit too much, and Binkley boots it out of there with her left foot. Snyder battling with Brianna Iman. And we're going to get a... both teams are going to put a player back in.
So, all right, so
now we're 10 on 11.
all right.
Boulier is back.
So it looks like we might have some technical problems here. The
We'll talk you through it.
camera's a little overheated here right now, so we'll talk you through this as there's just under 26 minutes left to go in the second half.
Yep.
So
Ari Snyder, stolen away from her by Oliver, goes to the middle on the attack, but it's cleared by Coshocton well downfield. Boulier has it in the middle now for the Panthers, coming the other way. Tried to hit Oliver with a pass. Now it literally hits her with a pass. McCoy turns it, but stolen off her foot. And ahead by Ava Hall. Both teams now back and forth it goes. Boulier working against Hall, trying to get control. And let's see. It'll be a foul called on Hall. So Boulier will have the direct kick. She'll actually let Oliver do that as Oliver runs over. Good right foot line drive, but cleared by Coshocton. Here's Tumblin. Staying on side is Stipes. Now ahead she goes. Clear shot, and she goes from right to left into the goal.
yeah, that was a nice pass from Tumblin to find Stipes, and she had plenty of room around her. She was onside when the pass was hit, and she practically dribbled it into the goal.
Yeah, she waited a long time coming up the right side and then went across at just the right moment.
Yep. I mean, she was trying to wait for the keeper to make the move, and Spears stood her ground, but she just hit it right past her left side there to make it 5-0.
Boulier gets the touch, trying to find McCoy, but it'll go past her and out of bounds. One more goal for Coshocton. Will have a running clock here. It's a 6-goal differential when that begins. Here's Stipes again, and she's going to have room up the right sideline, goes toward the goal, and Spears just beats Tumblin coming down the middle to make the save.
Nice pass there or nice idea there by Stipes. But there's a long ball again.
And trying to grab it is McCoy, but knocked away from her and out of bounds. So chance here, throw in deep for New Lex. And let's see, McCoy going to throw it in. Finds Addison Scott. back to McCoy. McCoy off a player, Scott into the middle, but Maddie McDonald just gets there. Was that Oliver that was close to it?
I believe so. It looked like it.
It was. And again, cleared out as Panthers trying to find some opportunities in the Coshocton zone.
Yeah, I mean, they're trying to just open some things up there, and I think, for Coshocton, you're just trying to kind of keep it cleared out at this point. I mean, they look like they only have about 4 or 5 people on their bench as well, so they're not a super deep team.
And a long kick ahead by Ava Hall. Spears easily able to latch on to it, but this one will go across the near touchline. Snyder quickly throws it in, finds Stipes. Stipes, big kick to the middle. Headed out of there by Barkus. And Tumblin stays on her foot. A rebound, and Spears. Wow, some contact down there.
She put herself in some danger there, but she kind of did the right thing. She tucked herself together, got on top of that ball. So, but yeah, that's the kind of thing that can happen when you don't quite squeeze that ball the first time. You have to scramble, and she was able to kind of get right between the foot and the ball to get the save.
Big leg downfield on the kick, but McCoy can't quite handle it. Let's see who, I believe it'll be a throw-in for New Lex. McCoy will handle it. Looking for Oliver. Taken from her, and then a big hit. Oliver into the back of Ava Hall. I don't know if we got a call there. Yeah, we did. No card issued. Those two have been going at it all afternoon.
Now, I think at this point, the officials probably just telling them, like, hey, just take it easy. You only got 20 more minutes. Don't do anything stupid. So.
And here's.
It's been a pretty clean game,
And Oliver goes down. I think we're going to have an indirect from there.
Yep.
No, I mean a direct. It will be a direct kick.
Yep, they kind of gave her a little extra push there after she'd kicked that ball in the middle. So, see if New Lex has a set piece here as they try to get on the board.
Panthers are going to send McCoy and Scott, and they're about even with the posts. Kick will go toward the goal. Pretty good one, and in fact,
it actually
not able to hand on to is McDonald. Should be a corner kick for the Panthers. I believe it'll be Oliver to kick it again. She had the direct kick about 20 yards from that just a moment ago.
Yeah, that's the only problem when you're a girl down here is you can't maybe bring everybody up in that moment. Coshocton still has 2 forwards at midfield.
Into the middle it goes, still bouncing around. The kick, there's an opportunity, and then Coshocton knocks it out. That was close. It looked like Addison Scott may have had a chance. Pretty good kick from the corner by Oliver.
Yep, she was right there, and I think they're setting up for another. Is it a throw-in?
No, it's a throw-in, I believe.
Yep.
Boulier to throw it. Finds McCoy. Referee in the way. You can use that to your advantage sometimes.
Yep.
And this one, though, off the Panthers. Quickly thrown in by Coshocton. Snyder and McCoy battling on the near sideline. Boulier to throw it in. There's Snyder again ahead to Stipes. Gets by her, though. Cleared by Gracie Barkus. ahead.
Snipes, and there's Tumblin.
Tumbling. Got a big left foot, but good off the hand, the left hand of Alyssa Spears.
Yeah, she had, Spears was trying to get herself set when she took that shot, and she didn't, trying to almost overran it, but she was able to get her left hand on it and knock it down. So she's played well in goal. They put a lot of pressure on her today, and she's made some good saves.
Scott throws it into McCoy. Here's Boulier. She'll get it right back at her. And boy, Snyder took a kick.
That was a big shot.
I think got her in the shin guard.
Yeah.
And because of it, we'll get a direct kick. Ava Hall, odds that she'll go right to the goal.
If she, just on the other side of the 50, that would be quite a boot if she.
Come on, she's going to try, you know.
Hey, they're up 5-0, sure, why not, right?
And she does.
Right to Tumbling. Oh.
But Spears and Tumbling are not going to exchange Christmas cards.
Yeah, Tumbling's looking for that hat trick.
I mean, there's been nothing bad.
Spears is determined not to give her that.
Yeah, that's right. I think that's what this game has become about right now.
But that was a nice. I mean, that was a nice pass by Hall. Like the right idea. I mean, Tumbling just couldn't quite get there.
Good maneuver and good save.
Yeah, Mia Lavray had dribbled the ball in there for Coshocton. But again, Spears was up to the challenge.
Big kick out. And Oliver can't quite get it back on the pass. Down to 16 and a half minutes to go. And we're going to get some.
Looks like Coshocton's going to start bringing in some of their subs as Tumbling heads to the bench. And
Haley Gates into the lineup for the first time.
And Snyder also heads there. So, yeah, I mean, that's about the time here. You're up 5-0. Get your bench players some meaningful minutes, especially Coshocton. They have about 17, 18 girls out there on the roster, but they also are going to be graduating. Like New Lex, graduating several seniors. So you need to get your underclassmen some time and get them ready to kind of step in there. So
we're going to get a. Let's see. I think it'll be a throw-in. Not sure what the call was.
Yeah, the girls both looked at each other like, is it a throw-in? Is it a pass? Oh, is he going to do?
Oh, we got water.
We're going to do a water break.
Yep.
So
the stop, because we had a 30-minute half, we're going to get a water break at 15. It's hot, no doubt about it. It may still be in the 80s, but barely. Here, what a beautiful day. Always glad to be in Perry County at New Lex.
But, yeah, not used to the temperatures being this high this time in September. Usually it's maybe upper 70s at best. So when it's in the upper 80s and direct sunlight and whatever.
Turf?
They're on turf now. There has been a steady breeze, but usually when it's this warm out, that breeze isn't always the most refreshing.
Yeah, no, without a doubt.
So, but
again, we've got a game coming up right after this. The boys from New Lexington and Coshocton will be right here on South 60 Films. Big game last night on South 60 Films, right? We were talking about that New Lex West Muskingum game. And New Lex on the road. Took the lead with what, about 40 seconds?
Yeah, it was under a minute to go. Yeah, it was a fourth down play. And reading my cohort story, Sam Blackburn, it was a busted coverage by West End, but Stevens was able to find Kellogg in the end zone by himself for the go-ahead score. And it was a kind of game, I think that, what he said, over 800 yards of combined offense. And both teams also had their own struggles too, but that's the kind of game that you expect for a division title, and then take control of that. It's some people might think it's unfortunate that happens week 4, but you can only deal with what the schedule's in front of you there. And New Lex was able to get a big win, and that's the second tough loss there for West End. had a fourth quarter lead over Garaway the week before, and also watched that, or at least the second half lead squander away. So that can kind of be tough from the Tornado side of it. But now New Lex, they don't got a lot of time to celebrate. Tri-Valley comes to town next week.
Yeah.
So
no rest for the weary.
And now it doesn't count in the standings, but it's definitely a test that will tell where New Lex is at. And their Region 15, I think that's a pretty wide open region. Indian Valley is probably the team to beat there, but I think New Lex can make some noise if they can, keep the turnovers down and keep the penalties away. So, but Tri-Valley will definitely tell where they're out there. I mean, Tri-Valley had a big win a couple weeks ago over Clinton Massey, so always good to have those kind of challenges this midpoint of the year. So that's what makes high school season so much fun. Is on paper, it's real easy to say Tri-Valley with 18 seniors and everyone back beat Clinton Massey, but I think New Lex is going to give them what they want to handle. They got a lot of athletes themselves.
Yeah, it ought to be a really good one, but it ought to be here at New Lex Friday. And I think we're back for volleyball on Thursday night. So we'll have that for you from New Lex. Looking forward to doing that. And some friendly nudging on the way down through there. And it will be a goal kick for New Lex.
Yeah, I mean, hey, they're still playing hard out there. I mean, you got New Lex credit. I mean, not having a sub and playing, not quite 60 minutes yet. That can be tough on a day like today. But they haven't quit. Coshocton keeps challenging them, and so. But it's been very solid action. Nothing real malicious or anything. Just,
Boy, Ava Hall she's not happy about the call. She's about to get a card.
I think the ref probably said something like, "That's enough."
Yeah, I think because she stopped. And it was tough because she was pursuing the ball, thought she ran through the defense.
Yeah. I mean, and she's only a freshman, so
wow.
she looks like she's a senior. She's definitely.
Yeah, she plays that way for sure.
But yeah, that might be one of those freshman moments where the frustration came through there, and I'm sure Coach Underwood will probably just remind them that, hey, you can never show up an official, and you do that at the wrong time, you could be on the bench.
Yep. Well, she's got it back right here. Kick to the middle, looking for Stipes, but cleared out. Barkus first, and then it was Binkley who got a leg on it. And back into the lineup for Coshocton is Neela Wiredu, replaces Ashley Bryant, one of the captains. We're all looking at.
I was going to say, then make sure that everyone was in, or
yeah,
kind of a.
I think they wanted whoever came off. I think it was Bryant to put on one of those pennies over there. I'm not sure why that was so important, but apparently.
Yeah, so they're far enough off the turf and they're underneath the tent that you wouldn't. I guess make sure that they're not trying to sub in.
Here's Stipes, but right at Spears. Makes the good save.
They've taken a couple shots to the short side of the net. Usually, you try to go to the wide side, but they hit it with some pace.
Yeah.
So they're not easy shots to stop.
Yeah, that's that A to B shortest distance, to come to that near side.
So, and the refs, he's going to try to make sure that maintains control here with about 12 and a half left. I mean, they're not malicious hits. It's just a little bit over aggression. Probably some of the Coshocton kids that, getting some of their first action of the day, trying to make things happen.
Yeah, just trying to keep control here. Oliver ahead. McCoy looking for some help on the left side, but knocked out of there by Hall, who keeps it. Good move. Still with Ava Hall. Here comes the kick. You knew it was going to happen. She has such a big leg. And I had not noticed that she was a freshman. Once you said that, it's amazing.
Yeah, no, I just happened to look down when I was just looking at the rosters, just looking at some of their talking points. And, I mean, that's the thing for Coshocton is they got Stipes, their goalkeeper, McDonald, Tumlin, and Hall are all freshmen. So they got a pretty strong freshman class that will step right in here with one
Yeah, there's definitely
With
some
6 or
great
7
players to watch here.
6 or 7 seniors on this roster, so they'll definitely be the ones that carry that load into next year for Coshocton. So
Here's McCoy. Oh, very close. Now she has another chance. Onside is Addison Scott. Scott gets it to her right foot, goes in the middle. There's McCoy. Tried to chip it to herself, but knocked out of there.
yep, just a little too much touch, but
Boulier finds Oliver right side, and it'll be knocked out. A long throw in coming from almost the corner. Jasmine Oliver. McCoy says that they want to get it on her foot.
yep.
10.5 minutes to go in this second half. McCoy didn't get enough on that one, blocked out of there. Boulier sends it back. And we're going to get a call on Boulier. We've got some chest bumping going on out there.
A little too much.
Clock stops and
A little too much talking and
little, looks like both of them were giving and getting, but it's going to go against. Is that Ava Hall? It is. So Hall will head over. She's got to come out.
yeah, I think Wesley and Boulier we're going. We're definitely shoulder to shoulder, some physical play there. But I think Hall kind of came in after the whistle and either said something or did something that the official was like, all right, that's a little too much for you today. So, I mean, with a 5-0 lead, that's something that you don't want to see from either side. And, I think the official kind of let her get away with that one there when she was kind of jumping up and around. But maybe that might have been the final straw of the afternoon to be like, yeah, I can't let any more go for you. So.
Well, Boulier wasn't afraid. She
No.
stayed right in there.
I mean, hey, she's a wrestler, man. She came from basketball to wrestling, and so she has that mentality that she's going to defend herself and defend her space. So.
And back into the lineup is Ashley Bryant. Boulier will send that over the fence. Actually bounces back in. We approach the 10-minute mark of this second half. 5-0 Coshocton on top.
Looks like it's going to be a throw-in.
Our official, who definitely has control, just not demonstrative with his calls, but
Yeah.
it is a throw-in, and Jasmine Oliver, in it goes. Underwood able to take it away, but it will once again be a New Lex throw-in, and again Oliver kind of dunks it for Kimball. Her pass intercepted. Hard hit ahead, trying to find Stipes. Knocking it away from her is Addie Blosser. Boy, you talk about those freshmen, though, on the Coshocton side with the goalkeeper, McDonald's. You've got Stipes, Tumblin, Ari Snyder, Ava Hall. That's a pretty impressive lineup by itself.
All but the Freeze girl are starting today. So, I mean, you got six or seven freshmen, and 5 or 6 of them are contributing. So
McCoy got past a couple of defenders, but then loses it.
But, yeah, in today's game, with maybe numbers not where they used to be for some of these programs, you got to lean on the freshmen, and it's really a good starting spot. And with 5 divisions in soccer now, I think there's more openings for East and Southeast District teams to do something beyond just the regional. I mean, you might still have to go through a Columbus team, I'm sure, but it won't be maybe as dire as situations of all the years where our teams have to go play a DeSales and it was like a JV varsity matchup.
Yeah, right.
So, and I think that's something that probably really encourages the East and Southeast District coaches, is having those opportunities and being able to sell like that. It's not just the district championship we're playing for. We can go play for a Final Four. So, hopefully it pans out that way.
You're right. No, right.
I mean, really, that's what the ultimate goal is. I mean, so.
McCoy kicks it to herself, goes around the defense, has an opportunity.
Oh. You can see flashes there with McCoy, and I mean, the new Lex has some nice pieces, but yeah, when you look at their roster, they're also 6-7 seniors themselves, and but they're a program with only 12, 13 kids right now, so they're going to have to scour the hallways and try to get the numbers back to that next year. That's what's tough when you're trying to build a program. New Lex has been around for 5 years, both boys and girls, and you'd like to try to get the number range about 16 to 18 every year, and they've just not quite been able to get to that number yet.
Yeah, and we'll see, as you mentioned before, Brandon, enough seniors graduating that they'll have to work that out. Spears comes out, makes another save. Big boot forward, trying to kick it toward McCoy. And Mackenzie will control it. Tries to create a little space for herself. And it will stay with New Lex on the throw-in. 6:20 to go in the game. Almost stolen away by McKenna Brown for Coshocton. Boulier, and I think it'll be off her foot, and Coshocton will have the throw-in. Going to get a player back in here for Coshocton. Out is Skelton. And back on is Crummels. Nope, I'm sorry, that's actually Haley Gates.
So I think at this point, Coshocton's probably emptied its bench there and got everybody some action today. So
Brown ahead looking for Snyder. Snyder down the right side toward the front of the goal. Kicked out of there by Binkley. We'll have a corner kick. And it'll be Snyder. That's Courtney Snyder, because we also have Ari Snyder. Down to the 5-minute mark. Again, Courtney Snyder is the goalkeeper quite a bit, so she'll have a good kick. I don't think she got all of that, and we're going to have another one.
Yeah, I think she wanted to try to curve that in just a little bit more, and the ball boy must be on the other end of the field, because there he comes.
That young man was on the opposite side before, and he's got about 30,000 steps in already today.
So yeah, he's probably going to have a lot more with the boys next.
This one, a little better kick in front, a chance, but sending it over the goal line, is Gabby Wesney.
Nearing about the 4-minute mark here, the second half, so.
Coming down to it. And keep in mind that the Panthers have been a person down here in the second half for the entirety.
Yeah, Josie Bone went out there late in the first half, and then Boulier missed a couple minutes as well, so they were down to 9 at one point there, but Boulier has come back from whatever ailment she had, so.
Kick ahead. Defense able to get it out of harm's way for the moment. On up the sideline, Oliver. Good shield to keep control, but it will go out quickly on it. Coshocton moving forward. Wiredu kicked away from her by Binkley. Here's Boulier. Over to McCoy. She's going to head to the near sideline. Weaves, finds some space. He's trying to get ahead to Scott.
The right idea.
But Scott was held up by the defense.
That's where you want to put it, right back into the middle. So, I mean, McCoy definitely has some good footwork out there and is trying to make things happen.
I'll tell you, if you took a picture from the other side of the crowd today, you'd swear it was raining. Because everybody, here's a chance. No, offsides. Official on the near side called it. But yeah, a lot of umbrellas out to shield from the sun. There's a tent in the grandstand in front of us. That's some good thinking to put that tent in the car on the way over.
Exactly. Nope, it's coming straight down today. There ain't nothing to block you out at a stadium usually. So unless you get one of those big Division I stadiums that have all the
Yeah.
they can put some
goal kick. Brown turns it the other way. Now it will go to midfield. There's Wesney. 2-minute called just moments ago. Battling is Addison Scott. Here's Wiredu. And on the sideline, Brown knocked away from her by Scott. Throw in deep. That's Underwood. Undoubtedly related to the head coach, right?
Yeah, I believe that is her daughter. So say I'm around these kids all the time, so it's like you get to know whose daughters and sons are playing for their parents. And
well, the great thing about coming down here, when you do, we always try to square away the pronunciations before we get started. And invariably, somebody will say, oh, yeah, that's the way, that family they've been around here forever, and that's the way they pronounce it.
Yep.
It's just a lot of family lines that go throughout these teams. People very loyal to the area. Inside a minute, Underwood, the kick, and cleared out. We'll have a corner kick. Good hustle by Binkley to get to the near post. Knock it out of there.
With under 30 seconds to go, there's probably going to be the last opportunity here for Coshocton to see if they can get one more on the board.
Courtney Snyder with the corner kick. Good boot in front, but popped off the foot of Ashley Bryant. And Spears right there. You hear the final 10 seconds being counted off. Spears gets one more big boot on the other side of the 50, and that will do it. Your thoughts today, Brandon?
Well, you can definitely see, where Coshocton is with their young, skilled players. They were able to get some pressure and break through there. For New Lex, the tough part probably is when you're playing a girl down on a day like today. It's easy to get fatigued, that sort of stuff. They did hustle. You got to be Alyssa Spears did a heck of a job in goal. This game easily could have been 10-12 nothing. With the opportunities Coshocton had, and she made some big saves. But, you see two programs that are kind of, why they're in a small school with their numbers, and Coshocton just has a few more skilled players, and that's what helped them get that win today.
Well, that will do it for our first game, but just get a break, get something to drink, settle back in. We'll have the boys for you in just a moment. Again, the final score of the girls' game, it's Coshocton 5, the New Lex Panthers nothing. Be back with more action after a short timeout. Well, good afternoon. Back with you, Kevin Rao, Brandon Hannes. After the girls' game just moments ago, we're ready to go with the boys' game for New Lex hosting Coshocton. And Brandon, we've seen the heat already. You know, we're right in prime time now. Is that sun coming right into the home stands?
Yep, we'll see how the players react to it there. I mean, the thing for the Coshocton boys that they were huddled underneath they were underneath the scoreboard for a while. Then they were underneath the tent trying to stay in the shade, and that's the toughest part of a day like this is just to not let the heat zap you before you start your game.
And it looks as though it will be New Lex to get the first touch here. That is Aiden Spawn in the middle, number 18. He'll send it back to his guys. Thorngate controlling it. Can they keep it in? They do. Just at the last moment. Getting a kick on it was Owen Mildenstein. But before he got the foot on it, it drifted over the line. And we'll get a throw in. And it will be New Lex. But unfortunately can't control it. Bylaw to throw it in for Coshocton. Quickly goes up the sideline, but it will go out. New Lex will get the throw in again. And the ball comes forward. No one's really had an attack yet. Bylaw, pretty nifty footwork. He'll move it ahead with the left foot.
Yep. Someone of the Coshocton girls team, he's listed as the keeper, but he also spent some time there in the midfield. So, and you can see from his size, he definitely stands out among the guys on the field.
Tilly, a long throw. Ball moves ahead. Alex on the far sideline. Brings it up. Looking ahead. Unable to control it. He was trying to get it to Spawn coming up the middle.
Right idea. Just two defenders right there. Really not a lot of space to get that ball in.
Intercepting, moving it forward is Parker Loomis. All the way ahead. Bylaw, and I think he got the side of the net.
Yep, got a little too deep there, and Tilly played a good angle where he had nowhere to go with that.
Tilly, the only senior on this New Lex squad, very young.
And looking at Coshocton's roster, they also only have one senior that I see, Caden Canfield. So you got two teams here that are definitely relying on a lot of underclassmen to contribute.
Spicer with it. Drops it off and then heads to get it back, but it'll go over the goal line before he can get there.
Just a little too much touch there by number 3, Zane Hubble. So, but right idea. I mean, you can definitely tell the action is out of the gate here today in this boys' game. These guys have been waiting around for a long time, so I think they're very amped up here from the start.
Now the keeper has number 0, which we don't have. So we'll look down here for another keeper on the roster. And we don't see any. So we'll try to get that squared away for you. Right in front.
Oh.
Good attempt with the header.
Hey, Amanda, do you remember who the other keeper was for Coshocton?
And on the back line.
That Bylaw on the roster, and he's out there in the field.
Bylaw, good footwork. Knocks it ahead. And good work to get back on defense by Mildenstein.
I appreciate it. Usually they have like a second kid listed, but they don't have another GK.
And it'll be a throw-in. Bylaw will throw it in for Coshocton. Looking ahead for Parker Loomis, but it'll go over the goal line and we'll have a goal kick. And let's see who will take it. I believe that's Mildenstein, or will they? Nope. That is actually Cole Furby. Tough to miss him because he's pretty tall back there. So that was my
See what
fault.
else I could find. Thank you. Could be. Yeah, he's on the roster, but I don't.
Yeah, so in front, good maneuvering for one of the smaller players out there, freshman Colton Mathias, number 2 for Coshocton. He goes after the ball again, takes it away, puts in the middle of the field, but it's kicked the other way by the Panthers defense, and they'll get the throw in. Played about 5 minutes of this first half. And they'll go deep with it. And knocked down. What are we going to have? And we'll go 2 new Lex. And be a direct kick. And he's sending a player down the sideline. Is it Hartsock?
Grant Hartsock.
Grant Hartsock is in goal.
So,
Man, that was quick work. Well done.
there's Gabe Bylaw, who's listed as the keeper, but also the midfielder. Nice pass in the middle.
Well, he's got good speed. In fact, he's got the ball right there. Number 1, his kick right at Tilly. Going to have to know where he is because he's got a good leg. Tilly, long throw.
Jeez.
That is a big-time throw right there.
That went as far as Spears' kicks in the girls' game did today.
Yeah, I mean, we found a punter and maybe a backup quarterback here today. And there's Tilly again. Let's see if he kicks or throws. I'm going to go with throw. Yeah, that's his thing for sure. Well done. And you're right, it's just more accurate.
Oh, yeah.
You know where it's going.
He got it right to Thorngate, got on his foot. Just a little bad touch there by Hubble, but Coshocton knocks it out of bounds, so let's get the ball back.
Mildenstein will throw it in. Dangerous, but gets the job done. Roop knocked it out.
And it looks like
And
they're going to be calling out against Coshocton. So
not sure what it was. Didn't see if it was a handball or maybe
maybe a little push to the back on the way by.
something
Not real
small.
sure, but
yeah.
enough for the official in the middle to call it. So New West will set up a kick here.
And I believe it will be, and again, they're in the shadows as they face us, but that's Cole Furby on the direct kick right at midfield. Big leg, sends it to the left side. Getting possession. And
Looks like Nate Phillips.
yeah, it was Nate Phillips.
Then he passed it to someone else, but on the other side.
Good chance on the right side. And just kicked off his foot.
Yep. Thorngate.
Thorngate had a chance.
Yep. But New West has kept it in. Thorngate
Right
gets
back
it
to Thorngate, still in bounds. And chips it back. That's Baker. And he tried to get it back to
Tried
Thorngate.
to do a little give and go there, but Thorngate had some chances there. Didn't know if he didn't feel like he had the space to get the ball to the middle, but
Right idea, trying to create some position. Spicer couldn't quite find it. Bylaw headed right back at him.
you can definitely tell that New Lex looks a little more confident and aggressive than it did the last time we saw him.
Spawn, he'll chase it. Keeper all the way out. Well, that was dangerous.
So, yep, Hartsock took away the angle, and Spawn just couldn't quite put it on goal. It was open, just a little bit to the left.
Hartsock is a freshman. Goal kick ahead. Stepping in is Mildenstein. Back toward the back line. And a little bit of a push. No harm, no foul. Has a good battle on the far sideline. Bylaw now in possession. He'll take the tough angle try and a good stop. Another good throw out. I'll bet you he's good with a Frisbee. Holy smokes. He just has that good because it's an interesting throw. You can't really use your elbow at all. It's all shoulder and momentum.
Just flings it out there. Like, literally, that's what it is. But, I mean, he knows where it's going. He's gotten it to the right spot.
Hubble can't quite get it. Could have been a handball, no call. And it'll go out as he was trying to get that back to Alex Thorngate.
Yeah, had it turned around and the ball kind of scooted out of bounds. I mean, New Lex has had some chances there. They're just not real crisp on the passes. But
Spawn touches. Here's a chance. Spawn, kick ahead, and just left of the goal.
Yeah, Hartsock came out, put some pressure on him, and I think Spawn was trying to chip it over top of him and just kind of got it off the outside of his foot and not quite enough to put it on goal. But hey, Spawn has been their catalyst, and he's had a couple chances already. We're just over 10 minutes in.
See if the Panthers can keep the heat on here. Into the middle, Spawn couldn't quite get there. Alex, far sideline, and it'll go out on him. So Coshocton with the throw-in. But some good momentum for the Panthers here early.
They have been on the attack. I mean, got to give them credit to be able to keep it on this side of the field. Oh, my bad. Sorry, I pulled it up there.
Bylaw, boy, you can tell he's a good one.
Yeah, he has a good touch on the ball. He does a good job dribbling, even with pressure in his back pocket.
And ahead it goes again. Oh, that is Jet Ehrenholt. But I tell you, when you name your child Jet, you better hope he's fast.
Yeah, I was going to say whether he's.
But he is, so it all worked out.
Yeah, he made a nice run at it there. So, New Lex defense was just able to get the angle and get it out.
And he is a freshman as well. Long kick ahead will go over the goal line. We'll have a goal kick. And it will be Cole Furby to kick it away.
Yeah, that's one thing I noticed on that Coshocton rosters. They got several freshmen listed, and they got 2 or 3 of them starting. So clearly that's a class with some talent in their mind.
Just like the girls' game.
Exactly.
A lot of talented freshmen. In smaller schools, too, when you get a certain class, just seems to, the pendulum swings to being pretty deep.
Yeah, and that's definitely, something that Coshocton is always known for. They have those special athletic classes. And so the freshmen look like they have some potential up there on both sides.
Back and forth it goes in the midfield. And good play in the middle by Colton Mathias.
Yep.
He's given up over a foot there with Cole Furby.
Yeah, you can definitely tell he's a freshman from his size, but you can see some good footwork there.
Oh, my gosh.
He gets it to bylaw.
And he's not afraid.
So we'll continue to provide some audio here as we get the camera trying to cool down there. The camera's in direct sunlight there, so it's
it's been tough to keep it cool.
Keep it cool on an afternoon like this. Like you don't have to worry about that in September, but not this year, I guess.
Yeah, right.
Oh, here's Bylaw with a big kick. Man, he has a foot.
He has a big-time foot. This one just to the left, I think, till he got a little bit of it, so it'll be a corner kick. And it will be Mathias over there to kick it, the freshman. And we'll get a new ball in play. Good kick. Wow. Just maybe a little too much.
Yep, need a little bit more touch, but New Lex is trying to get it cleared out there. There they go.
And a good clear. Spawn.
With some speed.
Battling with Albertson. Albertson still can't get it. The kick on goal and a dive and a save.
And
Hartsock got it.
That was like a 100-meter dash in the spring. They were both right neck and neck there. So, but Spawn has definitely had some chances today to make his presence felt.
A foul just into New Lex territory. Bylaw on the direct kick. And he just showing off now.
It boots it all the way to the scoreboard on a bounce.
Yeah, that's a big time kick right there.
Yeah, I think he meant to probably curl that more towards the goal, but left his foot open. Similar to a golf shot. If you leave the face open, the ball will go to the right, and that's what happened to him there.
And we'll get, looks like, nope, it won't be Tilly.
Yeah.
That's a good kick out of there.
So
back and forth it goes. Thorngate tried to keep it in, go the other way. And Furby using his height and the top of his head to move it the other way. A battle down low. Bylaw and Mildenstein going after it. And let's see if this will be a goal kick. It will.
Oh, looks like it's going to be a corner, actually.
Oh, no.
Tilly just kicked it back out there. So must have went off a New Lex player. It's hard to see from this far which one it went off of, but Coshocton will set up its corner kick here to see if they can break open a scoreless tie.
And Matthias probably the smallest guy on the pitch. Good kick. He was trying to find Gavin Albertson in front. Comes out. And moving it forward was J.J. Herman. He's got the headband on today. I think they could all probably use that. But it will be a goal kick.
Hey, you don't see the headbands very often in boys soccer anymore, but yeah, days like today you would definitely need that to keep the sweat out of your eyes.
Kick to the middle. And trying to move it ahead. Bylaw was keeping himself just onside, and we're going to get a foul call.
Yeah, it must have been, New Lex must have maybe got an elbow in the back there, giving it to Coshocton. So ref trying to keep the control here early in the game. You don't want to let too many things go. Then it's kind of hard to corral that back in as you get later on, especially if it's a tight game like this one's been so far.
Everybody along the 20-yard line. This one a little more of a chip shot, but it carries all the way to the goal line. Tilly, there he's a big boot out. Settled by Herman, but ahead it goes, and out comes Hartsock to grab it. But Spawn had his eye on it in the middle. And kind of popped up in the middle. There's Matthias. Ahead it comes, but right back the other way. Spawn in the middle. Battling with Herman. Turns it, has some room, but it will go to the left of the goal.
That was pretty impressive by Spawn. There was 4 Coshocton players around him, and he still found some space to get a shot off.
Now, nice move in the middle by the sophomore, Aiden Spawn.
That's a tough part when you're a player like Spawn, is the teams are going to definitely focus on you defensively and not give you a lot of space. So when you do get it, you almost feel pressure to take a shot before you're ready.
Some good passing, moving the ball forward is Coshocton. Still no score in this one. Into the middle, a chance. That was Peyton Underwood turning and kicking, but the defense equal to it. This one will go across the touchline, and Coshocton will throw it back their way. Bylaw collects it off his chest. Being battled by Andre Spicer. Bylaw brings it all the way down.
But you can see how they're fighting there. Like I was always told, if you keep your arm down and, don't chicken wing people. They usually let it play through, and that's what these guys are kind of doing right now.
Big left foot. It actually goes off the crossbar and then headed out. Bylaw looped it in front and almost found its way into the net.
So I think Tilly got just enough of that to get it off the crossbar, and New Lex is still trying to get it out of there.
That didn't look like it was going to be dangerous, but
No.
it
But sometimes
certainly was.
you kind of get that funny angle on that ball. And whatever spin he had on it, definitely had it tough to do. So, well, looks like we're going to take a water break.
And Trey Schooley just checked in, the sophomore.
So,
And he will replace Nate Phillips. And we will get a break as we're right next to with 20 minutes, 30 seconds showing on the clock, almost halfway in this first half. We had the girls' game earlier. New Lex fell to Coshocton, but did a lot of good things in their game. They were played down a player for all of the second half, a little bit at the end of the first half.
But so far in this boys' game, it's been a lot of action. I mean, both teams have had opportunities to get on the board. No one has got there yet, but just very impressed with the play here because we've seen New Lex boys a couple times now, and you can definitely see the improvement from what they were in that opener against Warren to where they are now here. You're facing a league rival in Coshocton, who has been playing pretty well itself here. Like I said, both teams are led by underclassmen, so you're going to have those peaks and valleys in a season like that. But
absolutely, yeah. You said there only one senior on both teams. New Lex's senior is Caleb Tilley, who's in the goal. And looking on, it's Caden Canfield, number 19.
I think he's back on the defense there. I did see his number out there. So, yeah, it's not often that you have programs with only one senior there, but
well, it bodes well for both of these teams going forward.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, like I said, like we got to with the New Lex girls. Obviously, they're going to be in a tough spot, graduating a big senior class. But the boys here, bringing everybody back, but your keeper now, replacing a keeper may not always be the easiest thing. But
so after the water break, it'll be a goal kick for New Lex, and our favorite ball boy runs over to the far side of the field. The referee's now coming out.
That's a long run for the the far flag official. I mean, got to go all the way across the football field.
Yeah, he does. We see the Coshocton girls team huddled under the tent over there, trying to stay out of the sun. Not as many umbrellas out in the home stands. There was a time there when probably had 20 umbrellas up. And a short kick to get things started. Into the hash in the middle of the field. Good stop in the middle.
Oh, nice play. Nice pass there, just a little in front.
Yep, had the right idea. Here's Bylaw. We got to play the body. Don't let him get ahead. Coming out and jumping on it is Tilley. The good idea because Bylaw had created some space for himself.
No, the New Lex defense, very tenacious. Really stayed on his back, really made him work, and that's what you have to do in a spot like that. You can't foul, so you got to watch how physical you are, but you got to get your feet in there and get on the ball, and they were able to do that.
Zane Hubble knocked to the ground. They're going to say he was the knocker.
Yeah, I think he.
So.
I think they were both kind of off balance there, but maybe Zane's hip got in the other one just a little bit more.
Yeah, it was Matthias who took the hit.
So,
Bylaw with the direct kick.
I think sometimes officials feel if two guys go down, there's probably a reason.
Yep.
And so they gotta to almost kind of reset the game. You gotta call something.
Lofting kick this time off the head of Parker Loomis and across the goal line.
Yeah, we've seen some big feet out here today.
Yeah, we have.
I mean, that's been very impressive. So, but
they must have thin air in Coshocton because they're trying to boot it all the time. Into the lineup is Jet Ehrenholt, who had gone out for the moment. He replaces Hunter Kaiser. And let's see who's that is. It's going to be off of Coshocton. Nope. Good try, though. Quick pass in. Boy, I tell you, Coshocton doesn't waste any time throwing it in for either the girls or boys.
Yeah, it's probably part of their strategies. Like, hey, get up before they're ready to go. I mean, you don't want to let the defense get set before you pass it.
Looping kick, and we're going to get offsides. As Bylaw kind of did it to himself because he knocked a player down, then got behind him. I will say I'm not sure he agreed with it. And here comes the direct kick out on the foul. Spawn racing toward it. Kick back to the middle, comes all the way to the right side. And good footwork from Andre Spicer. Alex now. Hubble. Spicer right side keeps control of the shot. High and wide right. But some good footwork by several of the Panthers. Back into the New Lex lineup comes Nate Phillips. And coming out is Sam Roop. Goal kick coming up. They'll go short with it. Bylaw. Will go wide. I'm not sure he was going to, but it goes out. Just got a little bit over the head of a couple of players coming up the far sideline. Just under 17 minutes to go in this first half. Throw in, headed toward Spawn, but intercepted before that. Hubble sends it to the far sideline, and it'll go out of bounds. Bylaw trying to turn it, but good step in, and then the great reverse somersault to right himself. That was Cole Furby. We've seen him do that before. That's That's a great move. Get right back on your feet. I can say that in any sport I ever played, I did that 0 times. And we're going to get Spawn off the field. Looked like he made a, I'm not sure what happened. But in for him is Elliot Nutter.
Yeah, I don't know if he stepped out for injury or what. I didn't see anything happen to him. The ball hasn't kind of been down on his way for a little bit. So.
Yep. I don't think he's going to be out for long. We're going to get a corner kick here for Coshocton.
The trainer's tending to him, so whatever is going on, hopefully he can get back in there. But
obviously a big part of the offense. Kick, a little chip shot. Boy, that was dangerous. Kind of snuck into the mob in front. Lex able to get it out there. 2 players are down. Who's going to go to? Well, I'm not sure. That looks like Coshocton will have the direct kick. And somebody else.
Another Coshocton guy limping off the field there.
Is that Matthias?
New Lex trainer's getting her workout here the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, boy. Into the lineup is Grayson Searles. And that is a difference in stature right there.
Yeah, I was going to
Searles
say.
a big fella.
Grayson has about a foot on his own teammate there.
Yep. Kind of looks like a offensive lineman. Good feet, though. I was an offensive lineman, and nobody ever accused me of that. So I'm a little jealous of those guys that are, obviously strong but can still move quickly. Almost a handball there on Bylaw. No call. He'll maneuver. Boy, he's a good soccer player. I don't know what else to say.
Oh, yeah. Well, he was an All-Ohioan last year, I believe, in Division III. now there's 5 divisions in soccer, so that will probably lead to more accolades for a lot of our guys. But
Sure.
he was mainly a keeper last year on a program that was trying to, wait for this freshman class to really give it some bodies. So, Coshocton used to be, before they were in the MVL, they definitely had a lot of success. They're kind of in a program that's been rebuilding the last few years. But you can see with a guy like Bylaw, it'd be easy to build around him.
Mildenstein sends it ahead. Nutter chasing, but knocked away from him. Here's Mildenstein again trying to set it up. Spicer right side. Goes back on the little give and go. Thorngate couldn't get it. Here's Hubble. Kicks it back to Mildenstein. His shot intercepted. Albertson moving it forward, looking for Bylaw. Collects it on the left side. Looks for a feed in front, and there's the goal. Nicely executed. As Gavin Albertson came down the middle, Bylaw drew all the attention his way, and unselfishly he sent it back over to Albertson, and really not much that Tilley could do.
Nope, that's a perfect pass, perfect run right there. Bylaw hit it to the middle, and like you said, Albertson was right there where you want him to be. When you talk about playing it from outside in, that's what you want to do there. And I think maybe the defense got focused on
13:48. Our first goal of the contest. Spawn back in there. Good to see him. And he'll replace Elliot Nutter.
It's easy sometimes as a defense to get focused on a guy like Bylaw who's done so much with the ball. And he kind of took that to his advantage there on that pass to Albertson for the goal.
Spicer taking off his foot. He gets it back and then kicked away. He'll throw it in.
But they always say the next 2 minutes after the goal is kind of the most dangerous time for the scoring team here. So we'll see if New Lex can find a way to counter and get that equalizer. They've had some opportunities today, especially with Spawn.
Pass ahead. Rejected by Furby. They had a couple people running upfield, but Furby steps in. Thorngate going to chase it to the corner. And he is pushed off the ball, and it'll be a goal kick. Good defense. Again, running over there was Grayson Searles.
Yep, shielded them from touching the ball and letting it just ride out. That's what you're always told to do as a defender. And they executed that well there.
Kick ahead, there's Searles. Hubble had it for the moment. Albertson in control. He had the goal moments ago. And inside the box, Tilley will pick it up. Albertson wanted another one. Kick ahead is Laney. Laney in control. Chips it ahead. Albertson chasing, but there's Tilley who slides into it.
Yeah, Tilley's really had to put some work in here the last 3 or 4 minutes. Coshocton has found a few openings here as of late.
Tilley, good kick out. Headed to the middle to Spawn. Alex to his left. He'll chase. And it'll be kicked out. And New Lex should have the throw in. They do.
Good pressure there by the New Lex player to.
And I think it's Alex. It is throwing it in.
Yep. I couldn't tell from all the way over there. Like you said, in the shadows, you can't read the front of the jerseys all that well.
Yeah, it's tough. Kick ahead. Bylaw giving chase. He's able to collect it off the rebound. Then a good kick out of there. All the way to Thorngate, but he can't keep it in. Yep. Tough chance.
But, yeah, Baker did a good job clearing that out and giving the New Lex chance to reset its defense a little bit.
Spicer lofts one towards Spawn, headed by Searles. Searles again gets it out of there. Hubble comes in, intercepts it. He's got some help. Spicer to his right. Back to the middle, and it'll be intercepted, headed toward Bylaw. Bylaw waits. He was offsides. We waited for that flag to go up. But a right idea.
Yeah,
that was Peyton Underwood he was trying to feed.
Yeah, sometimes, as a defender, you're like waiting. It's like, why hasn't the official raised the flag yet? But you got to make sure he actually touches the ball or is in position to beat the defender to the ball before you lift it up. Give the defense a chance to possibly recover.
Furby up ahead, and it'll go out. Heroic try right there by Gavin Albertson. He has scored our only goal of this contest. Spicer battling with Albertson. Albertson finds Bylaw, who moves it ahead.
There's Aaron Holt trying to get it up to his teammate. Sticking with
Mildenstein fights, spins around with his hand on the turf. Albertson ahead, and a good kick out. And there's their only senior on that side of the ball, Caden Canfield for Coshocton, number 19. Here's Spicer. Defense forces that kick up straight up.
All right. Hubble with the right idea, just kind of a bit behind Spicer down there.
And Spicer limping just a little bit. Kind of had an awkward kick moments ago.
But I've been very impressed with this new Lex attack today. I mean, they've definitely put pressure on Coshocton. They've had a couple, opportunities that just went wide, but definitely looking like a much different team than the last time we saw them.
Furby will chase it. Big leg out. To midfield, intercepted. Hubble ahead. He's got Spawn. Spawn races, shields. Left foot will go wide left. So good chance, but again, some good pressure off. Really started by Cole Furby at the other end.
Yeah, Canfield just didn't give him any space to turn, and Spawn knew he probably had had to pretty much get it off with the first touch. And just couldn't quite get enough on it to do much with it.
So kick out. Bylaw controls, double teamed, and it goes the other way. Alex can't quite save it, so it'll be a throw in from Canfield and Coshocton. Winding down to the 8-minute mark of this first half. 1-0 Coshocton.
And really it's been a back-and-forth game. I mean, both teams have had a lot of opportunities. It hasn't been one-sided by any stretch of the imagination.
Kick ahead. There's Matthias, number 2 for Coshocton. Good to see him back in there. He had to come off a little bit earlier. He's still battling for it. Only a freshman. Ahead it comes, but it'll go out as Alex can't collect it. Bylaw chips it to keep control. In front, and he has a teammate, but good defense. Mildenstein turns it, kicks it out, looking for Spicer. Searle's there to head it away from him. Bylaw now. And intercepted. Here we come the other way. Off of Spicer. Thorngate with it. It'll go out and belong to Coshocton. Another quick throw-in. Mildenstein shields it. And he pops up. But I'll tell you, maybe we need to get a gymnastics program down here because these guys are awesome getting off the turf.
Today's not a day you probably want to lay on the turf too long.
No, that's it.
you got to get off fast.
Yeah, maybe that's just avoidance.
Otherwise, you get some turf burn there.
We've seen some pretty crazy moves getting up back onto your 2 feet. Far side, good battle. Take him back again, and just can't quite get possession in that midfield. Hubble goes to the sideline, but a little too quick and past Spicer. That's Laney, kicks it ahead for Matthias. Tilly will come out and get it.
Tell you what, Coshocton has a couple of those freshmen. They're not very big in stature, but they're very pesky guys that can really drive those taller dudes nuts. And that's I was a
Oh,
smaller
yeah.
guy when I played soccer, and that's what I always try to do is just try to agitate them and get them off their game a little bit. And hope the one time you took advantage of it and get a goal.
Furby to Alex. Spawn. Looking for Alex again, but the defense able to beat him to it. And it's been an
J.J.
entertaining
Herman getting up
half.
there, trying to fight off Alex.
Pass comes ahead to Parker Loomis, but taken away from him, fighting in the corner. Nobody in a hurry. And it'll go out, and we'll get a throw in from the corner. Quickly done. Boy, again, they don't waste any time. Bylaw, boy, he tried to Pele one right there.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think he thought he might have been a little closer to the goal than what he was, but, didn't waste any time taking that shot.
No, he did
I mean,
not. Spun around with that left foot.
And that's a chance probably taking that spot there, like you said. I mean, they throw the ball in so quickly, if you turn your back for a second, their guy could be past you. That's probably part of their strategy, take advantage of their speed and,
And they try to work it right to the midfield as Aaron Holt sent it over to Bylaw. And this will go across the goal line. Another goal kick. Clicking down to 4 minutes here in the first half.
It's been a very adventurous first half. Lots of action going on today.
And nobody seems to be in a big rush as we get down to it in this first half.
Probably running out of some gas here.
Yeah, I think they are.
But
neither team real deep.
okay.
And what was the call?
Official stopped the clock, but I'm not sure what for.
Is that a bad ball or something? Because I think they're going to have him kick it again.
Yeah, I don't know if
Maybe he
if
just hadn't.
If the official wasn't ready for that,
I think that's my would have been.
he had maybe his back turned when it happened, and all of a sudden it was like, "What's the ball coming by me for?"
Yeah. What are we doing? Good kick out.
But as fast as Coshocton was throwing those balls in, maybe that's what New Lex was doing, thinking with their goal kicks. Let's be fast. Let's be quick.
Thorngate sends it back to the middle, but there's Bylaw. Avoids the official in the middle. Battling with Hubble. Kick toward the goal and long and wide right. So another goal kick coming up for Coshocton.
Well, I bet you between Bylaw and Spawn today, they've had about 15 shots on goal between them. I mean, so you can see why they're the main catalyst for their respective teams.
Absolutely. And there's Mildenstein. He's got Spawn to his left. Spawn. And this one off to the left. Yeah. Another good chance. As soon as you said it, Brandon, he gets another kick at it.
But Hartsock again came out and made it a tough angle, and I think maybe Spawn may have rushed that one just a tick. I think if he had it back, he might have given himself one more touch and tried to hit it past him.
Good job by Mildenstein to set him up.
That was a perfect pass. That's a perfect feed in that spot. So.
And, Mildenstein as a midfielder, boy, he has played at both ends today.
Did everything but put it on net. That's probably what you want to see him do a little bit more often here.
Yep. And able to keep it in. Nice job. Okay. Nope, he did not. I was going to give him some credit.
Must have just crossed the line.
Thorngate throws it in. Finds Nutter. Nutter into midfield. Furby ahead. Mildenstein. Bylaw will turn it. And good hustle play by Baker to get back there. Boy, that one's straight up. 2 minutes to go in this first half. Hubble almost got kicked in the noggin. That was close.
Yeah. Trey Schooley had a little high kick there. If it was the...
Do not try to head it at your waist.
Nope. Oh.
Ahead it comes. Mildenstein
just
runs past it.
There was another opportunity. Just
Aaron Holt. Yeah, it was a great plant. Yeah, they
just was a little bit too fast.
And up the field comes Parker Loomis. Goes left side for Laney. Laney kicked away from him by Furby. Furby's a big fella. They're not going to stay with him, but it'll drift out of bounds. And he sprints back to the back line. Inside a minute, 1-0. Coshocton on top. Bylaw chips it ahead. That was close to offsides on the backside. Skylar Howell going in for it.
Yeah, I mean, if you're New Lex right here, you just got to make sure that they don't get a cheapie before the half and get a 2-goal lead.
Matthias will throw it in. And there's a kick straight up. Who will get to it? Hits a couple of heads in there. But New Lex able to turn it. Alex on the far side. It'll go out of bounds. 16-15 and counting down here. And the kick toward the goal collected easily by Tilly. He'll throw it out right side to nobody in particular. He split a couple of guys out that way, and that will do it. So we're going to take a timeout. We've got one more half of our doubleheader here today at New Lexington. We hope you'll hang in there, get something cool to drink, and be back for second half action in just a moment. Welcome back to New Lexington High School. Kevin Rao, Brandon Hannes, and the A-team for South 60 Films here today. And when I say that, I hope that Matt Mahalko is listening. Here's a chance already, right off the touch. Spawn had a chance as he broke through the back line. Matthias turns it, sends it forward to Bylaw. Bylaw.
There's that counter.
Looking left, and Tilly will come out and grab it. Just ahead of Gavin Albertson. Albertson's scored the goal, our only goal of this game.
Tilly did a good job anticipating that, waiting for Bylaw to make that pass.
Matthias, again, good footwork. And a throw in right away. There's Bylaw again. Creates some space. On the left side, goes ahead to Albertson again, and this one will go over the goal line.
Oh, been quite a bit of action, only about 75 seconds into the second half here. So
We didn't waste much time.
these guys are getting after it. I mean, a 10-minute break probably helped them get re-energized here for a second half.
And it'll be Furby on the goal kick. He eyes it. He sees Alex over here who goes in for it. And we're going to get a little bit of a push on Alex, I think.
I think it was either. I think one of them had their arms up a little bit. Officials are going to kind of call that early to make sure that doesn't become a big part of the second half here. So
he was trying to get over to Trace Schooley. Also back in there, Sam Roop, who started the game. He's back on the back line. Kick ahead, it's loose. But New Lex gets on it first. Spicer headed up the far sideline, taken away from him. And he stays with it. Bylaw trying to look for a passing lane, instead takes the shot, and it goes wide right.
that was laser. I mean, he kept it low and hit it there towards the right side, just a little wide.
And if you don't anticipate it, it can be tough.
And I think that's what he tries to do with that power shot. There's just hoping that Tilly's maybe a little flat-footed, so by the time he reacts, it's past him.
Tilly over to Alex. Taken away. Canfield, a big boot ahead. Headed the other way. Hubble fighting as it's carried across the pitch. Gets back on the foot of Gavin Albertson and then taken away again. Very dangerous. He almost tucked it in the right side.
Yeah, that looked a lot closer than initially off his foot. He was definitely trying to hook that in there.
Cabe Bylaw, and of course, Brandon pointed out, he made his all-state mark last year as a goalkeeper. Today he gets the assignment to be out as a kicker, essentially.
You can see why he's out there in the midfield. I mean, he definitely can do a lot of things offensively, not only with his shooting.
Well, here he goes again. This one is high. He's looking for a foul. You would love it there because that would be a penalty kick if they called it there.
No, but the official ain't going to give it to him, and he's probably going to let him know, hey, I'll call what I see. There's nothing there.
You don't need to go palms up.
Yeah. Officials don't like to be shown up at all. And
stays in bounds or does it? Nope. He's going to say it went across the line, and we'll get a goal kick. Coshocton not happy with the last couple of calls, so be careful.
Probably getting a little antsy here. I mean, they're looking for that second goal to get some breathing room here. And in a tight game like this, any of those calls start to really add up. And
Baker had the goal kick.
But I didn't see anything egregious there. I just saw, two guys really going for the ball, and sometimes I think you slide hoping to maybe draw that foul.
Baker, the long throw, looking for Spawn. And Spawn will go after it. Herman and he battling, and Spawn stayed right with it, but it'll go off him and out of bounds. Herman wearing, we noted the headband today. That's easy to identify. Ahead it goes, Albertson battling, but back to the midfield. Spawn. Spicer. Hubble comes over to get it in the midfield. Sends it to Mildenstein on the far side. Hubble in the middle will set the play. And that will be a throw-in, I believe. It is for New Lex. Come into Baker. Good kick ahead. Searles there to stop it. But good play in the middle by, is that Root? I think it was, yep. Nope, it was Furby. They're the two big guys.
There's Roop.
And Rupa will go off of him and out of bounds.
Well, I mean, Furby was a guy who can score in some set pieces, so it'll be interesting if New Lex tries to be a little more aggressive as this game goes, try to get at least that equalizer and tie it back up.
Baker able to get away from Bylaw, but right back to him in front. Couple of chances and the goal. Matthias had the initial look as it came across. And let's see, keeping an eye, we're only seeing shoulder. I think that was Laney.
Yeah, it looked like number 10. Yep, there it was. It turns around. So.
Logan Laney gets the second goal of the afternoon, now evening for Coshocton, and they lead it 2-0.
But there was Bylaw again. I mean, he had the assist on the Albertson goal. Very similar idea, crossed the ball into the box, and Laney was by himself on the backside.
Yeah, because, as you said, Matthias had a chance, and the defense kind of headed toward him, and it just kept on going. Bylaw chips it to himself. An opportunity here, and he scores. It was only a matter of time with Bylaw. Equally adept with left and right foot, and that time he nails it on the right side.
Yep. I won't say quite upper 90, but going in that direction, and that was a heck of a shot. Not much Tilly could do there on that one. So, but going to the second goal there, like you said, with Matthias, is that's why our coaches always told us to make sure there was someone on the backside, because it's easy for the defense to get drawn to the guy in the middle, and if the ball skips through, the backside's usually wide open, and it was there for Laney, who knocked it in. So 2 quick goals there in Coshocton in a matter of about, 10 seconds?
About.
And so, as I was talking about, if New Lex is going to be extra aggressive, Coshocton's really stymied. Now New Lex almost has to be aggressive at this point to try to, counter anything they already.
Phillips knocked to the ground. We'll get a direct kick.
So
he came in just a little bit ago for Trace Schooley. Then it'll be Furby to kick it. Probably to the middle in front. Nope, he goes down the sideline. Plenty of room. Alex to the middle. Not able to find another Panther in front. Boy, good job of shielding by Herman. Allows his keeper to come out and grab it.
Yep, Phillips was putting the pressure on him, but smart play there by Herman, and just shielding him off to let the keeper come up and get the ball. That's what you want to do in spots like that.
Mildenstein, good job on the far side to keep Bylaw from getting it on his foot. A chance here. Good chance from the right side. Rebound. And let's see if it's a corner kick, because I believe the keeper got a piece of it. And no. They're just going to say it's a
So
goal kick.
Elks touched it out. Man, he had a chance too. That was right there. And
Boy, great job bringing it up that right side to set things up. So close.
Just a little bit of a tough touch there, and it went just wide. But, man, New Lex is probably sitting there kicking themselves. They've had a lot of those opportunities today. Just have yet to be able to break through.
Phillips ahead. Alex up the sideline, and it will. And again, Coshocton wastes 0 time throwing it in. Into the midfield. Good bounce for Coshocton, but turning it. Baker into the middle. It'll be knocked out of there by Herman. Bylaw, a little bit of an elbow to go back and get it.
Yeah, that was a little high there.
That was a little high. And that's got to be offsides. No call. And Tilly does a good job to come all the way out.
Yeah,
Save the day.
He looked offsides when that ball was played, but
I thought he was 2 or 3 yards offside.
I don't know if the official was waiting to see if he actually touched it or if it was one of those where from his angle he looked onside.
Well, I think it was the latter because he did touch it and no call. But you know, you don't get them all.
But they didn't give up on the play till he came out and did what he needed to do, and well, there he goes.
Furby ahead.
What was it?
Hubble fighting for it. Bylaw. Hubble takes it off his foot. Bylaw gets it back. Boy, he's just so good with both feet. Such an advantage. And it'll go over the goal line, a goal kick for New Lex. You don't see a lot of players that can use both feet that well.
Oh, no. But, yeah, he's definitely skilled. I mean, he's only a junior, so he has another year of high school action left. But, yeah, he's a guy that you definitely have to mark when you're on defense. And you can see why with his skill set and his –
He just got a competitive drive, and he's unselfish as well. Looks for his teammates.
He's the guy that probably played keeper because they needed the keeper, and now that they have a freshman that's kind of stepped in that spot, they're going to lean on Bylaw to kind of help that offense get going. Almost another opportunity there, speaking of that.
Oh, yeah. Well, because he just draws attention wherever he goes. You said it. He has to be marked. And so there's a player that can't generally make plays.
So, and like I said, New Lex is being down 3 goals with 28 minutes to go. You got to start being a little aggressive. So you push yourself up a little bit further, and that usually opens the door for the other team.
Matthias taken from him by Hubble. He'll feed it up the right side. And Spawn. Chance. Baker moves it forward. It'll go out in a throw-in for New Lex. Chance here. Just inside 28 minutes to go in this second half. Great doubleheader here today, the boys and the girls. Coshocton and New Lex. Spicer. Moved into the middle, a little backwards overhead kick from Spawn, still fighting with Canfield. Spawn, and then Canfield takes it away. And just gets it out of there, so New Lex with the throw-in. And high in the air, Bylaw gets ahead on it. But New Lex takes it right back. Furby chasing it all over the field. And this is onside. Tilly comes outside the box to boot it away. And we're going to get, it was actually over the line, so we'll throw it in. Howell to get it back in there. Goes down the line. Albertson out, and good defense behind him by Sam Roop. Up ahead, Alex fighting for it with Canfield. into the middle. There's Bylaw. Scoops it ahead. Here's Matthias, splits the defense, but getting back on it, and then Roop will clear it. Boy, Matthias, smallest guy in the field, and he is unafraid.
He was an Atlanta Giants there with Furby and Roop on both sides.
Here's a kick by Law. Wow! That was a little fancier than he anticipated.
Yeah, that went 5-hole, but Tilly thankfully had his leg behind him there to keep that ball out of the goal. But that was a shot by Bylaw. That was on a line.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Brandon. He curled that back leg, and it kind of stayed in the crook. Sorry, I didn't mean to refer to crook here in Perry County. That's further down the road. But a great play by Tilly, the only senior on the Panther side, and he used a little bit of savvy to hang on. Furby kicks it ahead. Hubble beats Matthias to it. And good steal, but it'll go out of bounds. That was Laney. That's one of the goals here today for Coshocton.
It looks like they had a sub ready. Schooley coming back in, so the one time New Lex was ready to go with it.
Right, and he'll replace Phillips. Yeah, they kind of took a page out of Coshocton's book and then had to stop. There's another body as it goes out off Peyton Underwood. Throw to the front. Searles gets a foot on it. And a fight. It'll come back out, but there's Spicer. Spicer goes in the middle to Schooley. Schooley taking off his foot. He fights for it. Down the field, Underwood, but there to clear it all the way. And a great catch in the stance. Off the foot of Sam Roop. Quickly ahead, Underwood from the right side into the middle of Matthias. But a little ahead of him, and Tilly can grab it.
Very similar to the goal they scored. I mean, same two guys in the same spot. Just
Tilly
was able to get there because it was in between them.
And here, Alex, ahead he goes. It'll be kicked away from him. We'll get a corner kick. Spawn heads to the corner. We've noticed he's got a hand wrap. That must have been why he came off a little bit earlier.
Yeah, I think he came off there in that first half, and they must have wrapped it. I don't know if they wrapped it late in the first half or at halftime. But
And Schooley ends up kicking it. Found Roop, but he couldn't get on it. Bylaw breaks away. He battles with Mildenstein, puts it on his left foot, but right there is Tilly.
I mean, he had two guys on him, and he was still able to stop it and get a good shot. I mean, it just shows you the skill that he has to be able to stop on a dime like that.
Yeah,
it's very difficult to do.
And I will take your word for it. You were a player, you know. But he just has complete control.
Yeah, I mean, it's like it's very natural to him. You can just tell he's not fazed by the pressure.
There's a good fight for the ball. In comes Hubble to take it from the two of them. And a boot ahead, curving back toward the hash mark.
That's kind of the give and take that the officials will give you. You know, if you're both kind of going after each other.
Yeah, we'll get a player in for Underwood. And that looks like Jet Ehrenholt. And going down, and we got another player in, this time for New Lex. Elliot Nutter back in, and he will replace Mildenstein. Boy, Mildenstein's been all over the field today. He'll get a chance to get a little bit of rest. Spicer, Roop. Alex trying to head it forward. Chips it behind him. There's Albertson, has one of the Coshocton goals. Ahead it comes. Tilly will beat Howell to the ball.
Yeah, bylaw was pleading his case for that one, but I don't think there was anything there. I just think it was kind of getting tripped over up by the ball as the defender kind of got away from him.
And he comes to the middle. Boy, Spawn hit hard. He keeps his feet. And they're going to say he was offsides. Boy, I think it was with Searle.
We can definitely see the energy picking up here as we near the last 20 minutes.
We'll probably get a water break here soon, I would think. We've seen him at the middle of all the halves we've played today. Again, we saw the girls play earlier. Hubble trying to pass ahead, but Herman there. Hubble come, boy, again, Hubble took the brunt of that, but kept his feet, and I think we're going to get a direct kick. That'll be a foul.
And now it looks like the water break.
Now we're going to get the water break, I believe. We will. Just to remind you, you can always look on the South 60 Films Facebook page for what's coming up next. And, of course, their YouTube channel. One of the things you want to do if you want to see a game is go to the YouTube channel and then click on live. That's where all the live streams are contained, even though they're not still live. They were live, so that's where they are. And you can see the games that we've been covering. We'll be back down here Thursday for a volleyball game. I'll have the chance to do that, so we hope you'll join us. That's up the road back at the school. But always a lot of fun, and the volleyball team very good this year. So we hope you'll come out and support them, but if you can't make it out, we'll have it for you on South 60 Films.
Yeah, I mean, it's that time of year. These division races and all these sports are, starting to kind of enter the second half of the season. So, generally speaking, there's always a few teams there. With New York's volleyball, they're battling Meadowbrook, who's off back-to-back Final Four appearances. So obviously that's a tough team to knock off. But those have been two of the better teams there in the small school, and the big school is always just as competitive with Sheridan and Irview kind of carrying the way. And there's been a lot of good matches this year.
Oh yeah. And we did that Meadowbrook game, and it despite the fact that it wouldn't have looked close in the paper, it was a great match.
So
always entertaining. So we hope you'll come out and, again, give them some support. They play at the high school here at New Lex. And just the athleticism that we've seen so far this year has just been great. So Furby going to kick it just inside Coshocton zone. And waiting for the officials just to be ready. I think we're about there. This time everybody adjusting right. And again, if you're the offense, you can only go as deep as the defense. And that's right around the football 15-yard line. Furby into the middle it goes. Schooley blocks it again. Canfield will turn it and kick it, but it will go out. Throw in for the Panthers. Spicer gets it back. Chips it ahead. Canfield heads it to the middle. Matthias battling with Phillips. Now Spicer gets a foot on it. Matthias heads it back, but there is Alex. Chips it ahead. And coming out and just making the play. There's a lot going on there. We're going to get a timeout, and I think we may have a card coming up. That's going to be Alex, so he'll head off. Well, he was battling, and his momentum just took him right into the Coshocton player.
Yeah, almost like a hip checked into Herman. I think it's just, like you said, momentum got him going so fast, and it looked a little worse than what it was. But when you're out of control like that, it's easy to get a card, and sometimes it's because the officials think you're playing a little reckless. They just want to make sure that kind of stymies any future ideas for anybody.
I think they're just trying to prevent coming down the stretch.
Yeah, I don't think it was anything purposeful, just like you said. You get your momentum going the wrong way in soccer sometimes. It can look a lot worse than what you're trying to do.
Hartsock will boot it out once we get the signal. And there's the kick. And Alex. And shielded nicely by Baker. He'll get the throw in over the head of Schooley. And Albertson with it will kick it to the back line. Into the middle to Loomis. Now finds Bylaw. And he had a chance there getting it back to Albertson, but good job to kick it away. Ahead it comes. Now everybody on the dead sprint. Furby gets there. And what are we going to get? And surprised they didn't let that develop. If that's against New Lex, I think they took an opportunity away from Coshocton.
Yeah, that's what it looked like. Must have not liked what he saw before they got that next touch.
Yeah, but, usually they'll let that play out. Because otherwise you'll take away, you'll just encourage people to foul on the way in.
Yeah, they try to.
And
if you have the advantage, they usually play through unless it's something egregious. But
yeah, well, I must have thought it was that far. There's some heavy contact. Alex running into Canfield.
Looks like they're really trying to rein it in here the last 20 minutes or so because it feels like they've started to call some of those a little closer than they did for the first half.
They're actually going to call a foul on it. So Furby with the direct kick down the touch line will go out. He was trying to hook it ahead for Baker. Clicking down, 17 and a half minutes to go. 3-0. Coshocton. Here's quick play up the side by Bylaw. Battling with Spicer. Furby over there to help. And hits the side of the goal. We'll get a goal kick. But even then, it's exciting off his foot.
Yeah, I mean, he's a one-man wrecking crew. Just
yeah, he really
he's
is.
able to do.
Well, you could see that New Lex had a double team essentially working against him. Furby, ahead it comes. Coshocton able to go the other way, but it'll go out of bounds.
Yeah, I mean, you could definitely see why they use him out there in the field. I'm sure that he's a heck of a keeper. He looks like he has a good size to be a nice keeper. But just his footwork and his power on the shot, I mean, you got to use him out there offensively.
Spawn back in. Schooley off.
Wasn't quite ready the third in. Had to wait till his teammate got off the field.
Yeah. Throw up the sideline, and they're going to say Coshocton got a touch on it. So another throw in, a little further up, about 20 yards. Furby. And dangerous there, but able to turn it and get it upfield is Nutter. High into the middle. Spawn was there, just could not get to it. Matthias and Furby, and that is not a matchup you want if you're Matthias. And just maybe a little too close on the passing. Over the touch line, it'll be a throw-in. Furby from one side of the pitch to the other will throw this in.
But you can definitely see that physicality increasing here as we get in the last 15 minutes. I mean, New Lex is really trying to push just to get that one goal, and Coshocton's trying to fend them off. So, I'm sure there's a little bit of frustration on the New Lex side today. They've had lots of opportunities.
And regardless of the outcome, you can just see the growth in this team from the first time we were here. in the middle, blocked, and ahead it comes to Bylaw. He tries to dribble past Roop. Roop gets a left foot on it, but there's Matthias. Matthias ahead. Tilly, and I think it was offsides, and yes, it was.
I think both of them may have been offsides.
I mean,
at least one for sure, but
won by a significant margin. But a good call on the near sideline.
yeah, it's very rare that you have two guys that wide open on the offense side without one of them being offside.
So it'll be Furby to kick it. Direct kick on an offsides call. Good job to settle it in the middle, but stolen away. Matthias to the middle, then a nice little chip off 1 foot. Furby will turn it and clear, but out of bounds. Inside 14 minutes to go in this one. 3-0 Coshocton on top. As the shadows getting a little longer here in the evening. They were directly overhead when we started today. Or it felt like that. I guess it wasn't noon, but
Pretty close. And
pretty close.
Now it's directly into the press box here.
Right at you.
Yes, that's.
I think it's your fault.
I'm a magnet for the sun, apparently.
Yep. Hubble ahead, but just out of the reach of Thorngate. But just always so well taken care of here. Really appreciate everybody's help. Always a lot of fun to come down and hang out in New Lexington. And Spicer, a good job to get position ahead of Hunter Kaiser, who's on that side now. Kaiser, another one of those freshmen. Matthias to Bylaw. Tried to go to the middle, but Roop was there. His shot gets deflected, but New Lex stays in possession.
Yeah, I think sometimes, when you get a spot like that, you're like, oh, they're expecting me to go back to the outside, so you try to fit it in the middle. It isn't always there. So.
Nutter sends it ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to walk on you.
But New Lex did a good job, packing up the middle there in a spot like that. So there wasn't any passing lanes. That's what you have to do. So.
Into the middle. Sending it the other way is Phillips. Hubble races to take it away. Good job getting inside Bylaw, taking it away. You would think Bylaw would be exhausted, but it's pretty good shape.
He's making another run there.
Up the right side, Spicer able to get to it first. Good job to find some space. Herman settles it. Battling with Alex. Boy, Alex is not afraid, I'll say. He battles away. Tried to chip it ahead. Bylaw will get it back. Again, he turns it, sends it in front, but there's Tilly. Right with him was Laney, who has one of the Coshocton's 3 goals. 11 minutes to go in this one. Very high kick. Searle battling with Baker. I'm sorry, that's Thorngate. And ahead it comes. And wow, that was close.
Right idea. Just a tick in front of him.
Hartsock able to get it first. Albertson sends it back. Up the right side, Spicer off his foot, and it'll be thrown in. Good opportunity, but the kick goes high. Would have been a field goal, though.
Yep.
As it went through the uprights.
Bylaw was looking for a second one today. He's had numerous opportunities. I mean, there's not much more to say about him that we haven't already said today.
Yeah. Trey Schooley in, and he will replace Zane Hubble. Gets a high five from the coaching staff. Boy, we noted last time we were here how much of the field he covers. Another attempt, but blocked. I think Schooley got a foot on it. Bylaw still battling. And taken off his foot by Furby. It remains in bounds, and the kick ahead will be knocked out by Coshocton. Throw in for the Panthers. And they've got to go behind the bench to grab another ball. And throw in. Looked like that was Baker throwing it ahead. And we're going to get offsides. Was that Spawn? Just beat everybody to the spot.
Yeah, I just think
Seemed a little late to me, but
yeah.
what do I know? I'm all the way up here looking right into the sun. So
He's just been right there all afternoon, and probably just a little frustration I hadn't been able to get that one goal yet. I mean, he had several opportunities there in the first half that could have actually given New Lex a lead to play from in front.
Here's Spawn again. Back it goes.
But it does
Into the
feel like
middle.
their ball movement's a lot crisper.
It really is, yeah. And trying to turn it to get it to Spawn. Comes right back at him. Nice little back kick. Nutter sends it forward. Comes out over the top, and New Lex will get the throw in. It'll be Furby, who for some reason just trying to get a tan on his left shoulder. The other sleeve is down, and he slides ahead. And are we going to get a penalty kick?
Yeah, I think that one was a little dangerous, kind of sliding from.
Yeah, try to do a little slide tackle there and knock it out. But
I mean, I think he got the ball, but I think he got his leg first, and it was a bad. You don't ever want to do it from behind. They're usually going to give you that.
And he'll get a card, so
Penalty
he's
every
going to
time.
have to come off.
Yeah, so you either got to be able to hook the leg around the front and knock the ball away, or do it from the front. And that one there, he got beat a little bit, and I think he was trying to recover. And by law is dangerous enough to do that, but you don't want to see a player get hurt in a situation like that, which is why they'll call that every time.
So it will be by law to kick it. Tilly bouncing around, trying to stay loose. 7:37 on the clock. Bylaw waiting for the signal. And there it is. He approaches. The kick is blocked, but it's still live. Another save. Great job by Tilly.
That's impressive work there.
Remember, off that penalty kick, it's live. And Bylaw had his second chance. That was the better save, I think. First one came square into the chest of Tilly, who couldn't catch it. Not many people could. That ball was laced. Came off his chest. Another chance for Bylaw, and Tilly able to get it done. That's a highlight reel. Couple of saves right there.
Yep, I mean, that's a heck of a job to be able to react that fast after the initial PK stop. So
Clock under 7 minutes. Tilly bent over a little bit. That first one may have knocked the wind out of him a little bit.
Yep. So he was trying to get one more guy on the field. They only had 10 for some reason. So
Hubble on to the pitch. There's a kick headed toward that top corner from midfield.
until he had to do everything he could just to get that ball out of there, kind of twisted himself around. And
He's on the turf at the moment. He was struggling a little bit before that.
well, you know, on a day like today where you need a keeper wearing long sleeves and pants,
Yeah, that's hot. That's just all there is to it.
Yeah.
And I think he might have cramped up a little bit. He's trying to stretch.
Well, the way he twisted and landed, I mean, it's possible that he got something. Yeah.
Well, that ball had some movement on it,
Yeah.
and he really had to work to make the block. And we're going to get a water break here. 6:15 remaining in this one. I'll tell you, the couple of saves he made were worth the price of admission today. Outstanding play. And again, you had, and I'll venture to say maybe the best athlete on the field, or one of them, certainly in Cabe Bylaw, who laced the penalty kick right off of Tilley's chest. It bounced back toward Bylaw. He tried to go left side, and Tilley just made a miraculous save to keep it at 3-0. But really, really good. But then Bylaw, not to be done yet, from midfield on a direct kick, almost tucked it into the upper right corner of the goal.
I mean, he's had a couple chances here late. He was trying to get that hat trick, and Tilley's turned him away here, 3 or 4 times in the last second half of the second half, really, to keep it 3-0. So,
it has been
heck of an effort. It's unfortunate that that's a walk-off here for the last 6 minutes with hopefully just a cramp, nothing major.
And Alex has put on the goalie jersey, so he'll be in net. We saw him in the first game of the season. I think Tilley was not available that day. So he's had some experience back there, just a freshman. And we'll get a corner kick. It'll be Matthias. And good defense by Furby to take it away from Bylaw. Matthias into the middle. Left foot, tried to clear it all the way. Now it'll sneak past the defense. And it comes to Bylaw. Battling with Spicer. To the right side to Howell. Back to Bylaw. Taken off his foot by Roop. Furby with it. He'll kick it ahead. Hoping somebody will chase it down. Baker was on his way, so Herman will clear it. And good job by the Panthers to move the action into Coshocton's zone. And a deep throw in, I think, right? Yep. That is all the way in the left corner from us. Ball in, comes to Spicer. And we're going to get a little high kick there, I believe. So a direct kick coming up. They just worry about safety for the players when you get your cleat up that high.
Yeah, nothing worse than getting that in your face.
Great kick to the backside, but it'll just go over.
Right idea, just sailed it a little bit long.
Just got a little bit too much of it, which is a surprise at this point of the game because they've been out there for a while.
Just kind of the story of the day there for that New Lex offense. Chances, but just haven't been able to get the right touch or the right piece of it to get it in the back of the net.
So Coshocton will get the goal kick. And battle in the middle. Baker turns it. Bylaw. And creates some space for himself. Comes up the touchline to Howell. Howell, and good job. Great hustle by Baker to get back there. We'll get a corner kick. Matthias. They're looking for a ball. And nobody in a hurry to send it out that way. I don't blame them.
I was going to say, under 4 to go, they're just trying to work their way to the end.
Yeah, it's survival at this point. Matthias, he's a good one. Plays much bigger than his size and sends it in front. Headed back out. We'll get another corner kick. No? Will we? And are they saying goal kick instead? No, it is a corner. We're just getting some replacements. One of those, Miles Meiser, number 17. And also trying to name some of these folks. Jacob Van Alstyne out there as well. He's a freshman. Right in front, here's Searle. Chips it ahead, but knocked out of there by the Panthers. Hubble. Now Schooley. Spicer. Feeds himself up the sideline. Canfield ahead. Root. Matthias intercepts. Runs up. And Schooley, a good job to deny the shot. Matthias taking off his foot. And one player blocked a teammate there.
Yeah, I think they got some of their younger guys playing here the last few minutes. And
yeah, that was
a lot of guys trying to do something, and they're just all in the same spot.
Yep. We have not seen a handball called today, and that might be textbook that was just passed up.
Yeah.
As a player winged up to block it.
Yeah, not often you go through 87, I guess would be, 7. I'm doing my math wrong here, but 150 minutes of soccer and not have a handball called.
Yeah, that's not usual. So we're under 2 minutes to go now.
He wears on all of us, that's for sure.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure. For sure. And it'll be a direct kick. Good opportunity here from the 20, so it'll be from 25 yards out. Let's see who will kick it. There'll be just a pass first and then the kick attempt on the set piece. Set it up for Spawn. This one, not a great kick out. Chance to come back with an attack. Some room. Searle steps in and knocks it out. So we approach the minute mark. And what are we going to get? A lot of people looking around.
I think they called something on Coshocton.
I do too. I'm just trying to see where they're going to place the ball. Okay.
There we go.
It'll go over toward the right sideline.
See if New Lex can knock one of these in before the end of this game.
Just over the top, but on the backside, left foot, and it'll go over the goal. Spawn with another chance. Settled it nicely, just got underneath it as he tried to go high.
I don't think Spawn's going to be watching the film of this too much to be reminded of how many chances he's had today.
I'm sure it's frustrating for him.
Oh, yeah. But
just such a great attacker.
I mean, he's only a sophomore. You can see a lot of promise there. You can see that he's very, very close. And it's when everything clicks for him, he's the guy that looks like he could be a handful to deal with.
So inside 10 seconds. And that is going to do it for this one. 3-0. Coshocton wins. But we said it a couple of times, Brandon. What a different team this is right now for New Lexington from when we saw them in the first game of the season. Passing a lot crisper, a lot more chances. I think the defense really solid. Your thoughts about it?
Yeah, they look like a team that's definitely improved as the season's gone on. As you reach about the halfway point, you can see that they're a much better team, much more competitive. They just don't have a Cape Bylaw. That was really the difference for Coshocton today. Bylaw assisted their first 2 goals and scored that third one. But, yeah, you have to be happy with what New Lex is doing. I mean, like I said, with only one senior on the roster to see that growth, has to be something good for Josh Castro and his staff as they try to keep building this thing in the right direction.
Well, that's going to do it for us today. Along with the great crew from South 60 Films, it was, it was fun. Great day to play 2. Ernie Banks somewhere in the back of my head. Okay, 3-0 is our final. Coshocton over the New Lexington Panthers. For my broadcast partner today, Brandon Hannes, I'm Kevin Rao. Good evening, everyone.